on Bob. This is the breakdown of it. This is Bob Marley. Stir it up. You gonna stir it up today? They've already stirred it up. Come on, stir it up. Can y'all hear the music? Or is it me? All we're gonna have is music in the end of the world, so just enjoy it. Not my singing, but enjoy it. Come on, everybody. I ain't ready. Y'all hear that? Dry, stop it! I can feel it. All right. I'm sorry. I'm just stirring it up. Little darling, stir it up. It's so hard. That didn't even sound right, but that's okay. Come on, everybody. Come on, Banks, and stir it up. Come on, Currency, and stir it up. Little golden sky, stir it up. It's dry, stop it. I know. All right, I can hear y'all fussing at me already. Hang on. Stir it up. I'm gonna play that in the background. Bob got me going this one. I'm sorry. Good morning, everybody. You might not even be able to hear me. The music's loud. Come on and still. It's been a long, long time since I've destabilized your currency. Ooh, whoa, whoa. All right. Together. It's so hard to turn Bob off. It's okay. Let me find. Hang on. I'm getting on it. I'm on it. Stop it. I can feel y'all fussing at me now. Come on, let's stir it up. Whoa, whoa. I'm getting there. Hang on. I gotta get the thing. It's so hard to turn Bob off. It's okay. Let me find. Hang on. I'm getting on it. I'm on it. Stop it. I can feel y'all fussing at me now. Little bioweapons, stir it up. What the hell is conspiracy? I'm getting there. Hang on. It's so hard to turn Bob off. Oh, it's fine. Hang on. I'm on it. Stop it. I can feel y'all fussing at me now. Little bioweapons, stir it up. Everybody's scared. What the hell is conspiracy? I'm getting there. Hang on. Oh wait, there we go. Turn that off. Ooh, that was weird. Come on, everybody. How y'all doing this morning? Not good now, because you singing around your mouth. We here to find out what you think about the cuckoo virus. Oh my goodness gracious. I finally made my decision. I've made my decision just being a monkey on the other side of the world that don't know nothing. The media always lying. They can stage a damn alien invasion. I've asked my friends online, put all together pieces and parts and try to figure out what the hell is going on. I know what's going on from my perspective. I made my decision. Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing this morning? It was a ghost town this morning. It was a damn ghost town. I want my money back. I would say I posted that this morning. I want my money back. This sucks. This is a sucky apocalypse. It sucks. I was in traffic this morning. I was trying to come in. I think wasn't nobody gonna be on the road like this weekend. Damn it, everybody was on the road. I was coming in this morning and I'm like sitting in traffic like, what the hell is all these monkeys? Do y'all know this is an apocalypse? This is the end of the world. Why y'all going to work? Because they shutting everything down here. Shut down the schools, then shut down the retail, the outlets, the malls. I done made it to one park this weekend so I can get my walk in. My goodness, they're shutting most of the parks down. They shutting everything down. I'm like, this sucks. It's an apocalypse. Lady in front of me doing her makeup. I say, where y'all going? Y'all supposed to be home. We all about to die. Why y'all going to work? Everybody going to work with me. I don't understand. I want my money back. I want this sucks as an apocalypse. Y'all need to go talk to the director. All right. You know what? These people ain't scared. I think my Americans, they were just playing. They watched so much apocalypto TV that they couldn't wait to just start a toilet paper currency war. That's they just wanted to have fun. They've been watching The Walking Dead and Jeremiah and Jericho and all of these shows. The Fear of Walking Dead, with Z Wars. They've been watching all these apocalypse shows. They couldn't wait to have toilet paper currencies. And I'm still a little pissed off. People ain't nobody telling me. Ain't nobody telling me. You know what? I might delete my whole Facebook. I almost deleted my Facebook this weekend. No, I ain't on Facebook. I am not posting a live video on Facebook. They can something. Oh, you know what? I do got to post a link for this. So yeah, the apocalypse kind of sucks because the lady in front of me was doing her makeup, and it's just like, I didn't beat my horn because we were talking about that this morning too. I didn't beat my horn. You don't never beat your horn at no woman trying to go to work. No, dude, I did that once. I did it once. I ain't never doing it again. I beat my horn. I was in a hurry trying to get to my slavery. She was trying to get to her. The difference is I'm a man. Don't nobody care what we look like at work. I didn't even care what I look like at work. I didn't need to do my eyes and mascara and lips, this, that, and the other. And you get the little pinchy things and get the ear hairs and the nose. I was just going to work. She trying to get to work in a patriarchal society. Here I am, beeping my horn. I was letting her know that the light was green. That's all I was doing. Hey, listen, in the morning time, don't you dare beep your horn at nobody doing no damn makeup in the rearview mirror. Don't you do that. Well, that woman got out the car, she was about ready to fight. Hell no, I put my windows up. I was like, oh no. I put my windows up, I locked the door like a zombie apocalypse. She got out that car. Don't you beep your horn at no woman trying to go to her slavery in a patriarchal society. She got to do her makeup. Never. I sat right there patiently. I sat right behind her. I was upset about the apocalypse that she ain't scared. But I don't think people are scared. So I think that we need to be careful. I think we need to be vigilant people. We need to figure out what's going to happen next. They're going to do something to make people scared because they ain't scared around here. They were just playing apocalypse. These people all going to work today. But I believe one philosophy. If you listen to me, ain't nobody following me. Don't follow me nowhere. I need to go hide somewhere. If you listen to what I'm saying, the apocalypse, welcome, but the apocalypse been going on. The apocalypse did not just start. The apocalypse did not start with the invention of the cuckoo virus. Right? The apocalypse was happening in America and around the world a long time ago. I called it the privileged pandemic this morning. It's a PP. It's a privileged pandemic. It's a possible privilege. It's a privileged pandemic because the only people worried about are privileged people. That's it. Just us. That's the only people. The poor people like, hey, y'all, look, we done been here a minute. But that's where we got to be serious. I joke about it because I don't think they're telling any of us the truth. None of this don't make any sense. The energy don't feel right. The money don't look right. The retail don't look right. The currency don't look right. The market, none of this looks right. Where it got started don't look right. Where it's spreading don't look right. Where it ain't spreading, none of it looks right. What the media ain't saying right. And when things don't smell right, something funky. Somebody did something in the Kool-Aid or something. All right. So, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yes. So we're going to talk about the privileged pandemic, but the real pandemic, it's been going on a long time. It's another P called poverty. All right. That's been going on a long time. What I'm worried about is not these privileged people in the toilet paper. I'm worried about the people that are not saying nothing because y'all know there's a lot of single moms out there right now with these kids. A lot of single dads with these kids and the families been a hard time, long time. This is not new. They've been struggling for decades, maybe since these people, because when people about to pull a crime, they don't say nothing. They're quiet. They all quiet. I see all my privileged friends, we joking on the internet. What the privilege, we say half of us is privileged, we joking, and the other half is taking it serious. And the poor people, they just quiet. They're like, listen, I warned y'all. Y'all keep playing with me. We know that crime comes out of poverty. We got people been dealing in the apocalypse a long time, trying to struggle, put pennies together to pay the bills, working at Cinnabon in the mall. Now the mall closed, money ain't coming in? Bet. Okay? There's no crime in my country. There's no crime. All the crimes in my country all happen in Washington, in government. The people are just reacting. That's all they do is react to artificial scarcity. Every single crime in this country is something that comes from the environment. It's a side effect of artificial scarcity and it's forced. Those people right now thinking about it, okay. I've seen y'all all on the internet, y'all posting all the food that you got, and posting all that stuff you got. I didn't have no food when this apocalypse started. I had no money in the bank account to buy no food in the toilet paper. Now it's no toilet paper. I got 4 kids at home. Ain't no food on the shelf. Guess what they gonna do? They gonna do what they supposed to do, baby. They gonna survive. All right. This is why I'm saying it's not a joke. It's a joke and it's not a joke. You always speak for the voiceless and the quiet. The quiet people like the woman doing the makeup in front of me in the car. You know, the poor folks, they've been on apocalypse a long time. They about to pop. They about to pop. Y'all didn't let, Dave Chappelle said you need to let the air out of America. We didn't let the air out. We didn't take care of people. We didn't use the robots to feed nobody. We didn't build nobody no homes with the 3D printing house robots. And now we in trouble. Okay? Now we in trouble. And all I'm going to say is I doing my research. I'm going to say America did it. You look at that pandemic out there got started in China. Ooh. Did y'all watch that video I posted? What is this woman's name? Oh, what is this woman's name? She did a great video. She did a fantastic video and told you exactly where your cuckoo virus came from. I asked a question this weekend while I try to find her name. It's homework, people. I post stuff. You're supposed to watch it. I can't go back and play everything for you. I don't think I can play her video. What is her name? Somebody, I know some of y'all watched it. Some of y'all are up on it. But anyway, is that Deborah Chandler? Deborah Chandler, I didn't read what you just wrote. I'm just, every time I look at your name, I think of Africa. I'm like, yeah, y'all, welcome to the apocalypse. It did not just start. And the people who got y'all scared for the privileged pandemonium, plandemic. I'm sorry, did I said plandemic. They've been dealing with this mess a long time, and the people that got y'all scared, the same people blowing up their nation, stealing their resources. Deborah Chandler, I was talking about Africa. All right, listen, the apocalypse is just new. You just starting to feel it. Everybody's sitting at home. And let me find this woman's name, because if you want to know how the world works, you need to think about economics. Always go to Key Bono. That's always my thing. Why? Because 99.99999% of the time, if you go to who's making the money, you'll understand what the problem is. Pretty much every single problem on a planet that requires profit and pandemonium profit is always Key Bono. Who benefits? Follow the money, baby. She followed the money. What's her name? Whew, that was a lot. I got all that out there. Good morning, everybody. Everybody scared? Ain't nobody scared in my state. These people driving to work today, these people ain't scared. It's kind of a ghost town. I mean, you know, but I don't think they're scared enough. I think they're going to do something else to scare y'all a little more. Always get ready for the, what is her name? Here she go right here. Let me see if I can show you this pretty woman. Oh, she pretty too. She good too. She's smart, intelligent, and everything. And then my friends at church, well, we need to hook you. You don't need to hook me up with nobody. I'm ruining nobody else's life. I'm ruining somebody else's life. I don't need to ruin nobody else's life. That woman done ran away. All right, here we go. Right here. Check this out. What is her name? One of these smart people. What is her? Oh, look at the CDC. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. We got a CDC warning right there. Oh, look at that. What does that say? The cuckoo virus, COVID-19. Get the latest information from the CDC on COVID-18, 19, something, 27. I'm not even going to click because I don't really care what the CDC has to say. They don't understand what a virus is yet. They have not gotten to the level of the hippies yet. They have no idea what a virus is. I really don't care. I've not heard one word that the CDC said. Honestly, I haven't. I haven't watched one news report on the cuckoo virus. I haven't watched. So if you want to know what's going on with the cuckoo virus, do not watch me. If you want to know what the media wants you to know, I really don't care what the media wants you to know. I listen to people like this. I listen to people who are really reporting the news. This woman reported the news. Name is Kim Iverson. She done told you the truth. You watched that video, she explained to you. See, and I'm gonna take the whole 22 minutes and I'm gonna chunk it up in one little, just easy, bite-sized morsel of something intelligent and sane. Not what the hell the Democrats and Republicans are smoking and drinking in my country. You take that stuff, put it in the smoothie, churn it up and drink it. Oh, that you have a good time. Then people still smoke. Boy, I tell you, I love my Trump friends. I love them to death. I just don't understand. I don't understand. Oh, the theories. I watch these Trump videos. Who is it? Q? I watch these. Now, I'm gonna preface this. I hope y'all are right. I do. I really hope y'all are right. I hope that we about to fight the deep state. We about to just flip things and help people and save the children. I believe in the children. Treat them well and let them lead the way. They don't have a damn government protecting Epstein as child trafficking. Since the beginning of time. I just don't believe the theories. I don't think that this was all started. It's a plandemic, all right. Oh, it's definitely a plandemic. It's definitely a false flag. If you know what that is, that does not mean that it's all 100% fake and nobody's dying. It means that disaster capitalism done jumped in and figured out how to make a whole lot of money. And this woman done figured it. Kim Iverson. Iverson, that's her name right there. Y'all need to watch that. If I can take all that up and put in like a nice, easy drink smoothie that'll help you fight the cuckoo virus instead of all that processed food and Hostess cakes and stuff that grows virus that everyone has stacked in their fridges. 3 words of some, how long? 22 minutes? America did it. That's it, done. Bye, see ya. Nice. That's it. That's what happened. I'm sorry. But so the outbreak was China? They said, hey, now I don't even know if I could believe these numbers because I don't really believe anything on TV, but 80,000 people in China got it. And in the very next nation, in the cuckoo flu, the bats, bats and snakes, and they're doing the freaky thing. They decided that they needed to go to Iran next because the biggest population was China at 80,000 people. And the next population was Iran. And the third was Italy, right? And that honestly, Italy, the people dancing and singing, thank you for y'all posting those videos. I need to see people in Italy dancing and singing on the balcony, singing in that foreign language I can't understand, but they was grooving. And while the world on TV, the whole apocalypse, fire and brimstone. I haven't even watched it. I see clips of it when I'm watching important things, but in between you see the brimstone and the fire and the people in Italy like, get it, get it, get it. Ah! They on the balcony, they got the DJ thing. The apocalypse started a long time ago, but America did it. America did it because the snakes slither. That's number one, okay? And bats fly. If snakes and bats is doing freaky things and creating viruses, they can't fly past Afghanistan. They cannot slither through Afghanistan. They got to stop there for a minute, infect some people, and then spread it on, okay? That's how that works. It does not jump from here and jump way over there. It basically came from, it was American bioweapon. Well, not America, because America just people. It's the United States Incorporation. The United States Incorporation been making chemical weapons for a long time to kill, blow up, murder, eviscerate, and bomb people. Oh, I didn't post a link on Facebook? I'm sorry, hang on, let me post a link on Facebook. I get excited. Oh, hang on. America been doing this stuff a long, not America, United States Incorporated. It's a for-profit corporation and it runs America. Okay, you don't have a republic, you got a for-profit corporation. And when you have a for-profit corporation, it will do anything that is for profit, anything that gains them power or money. And she put the links together. There's no way that it started in China and then jumped to, because America don't like China because of trade war and what is that? Huawei and the 5G and all of that stuff. And then it jumped from there right straight to Iran. It jumps right straight to Iran. Just skip about 4 nations. Right in Iran. 10,000 people, they say, got it in Iran. And then it jumped on over to Italy. And it was, what's the Italy connection? She put the connection together. Well, first of all, we need to invade Iran. Not we, them. The United States Incorporated. They're bombing Iran right now. The deep state, the people that y'all say that Trump is working with is fighting the deep state, them. They're blowing everything up in Iran, acting a fool right now while we're watching the media, the distraction. And then it went to Italy. In Italy, the link was they're the first ones who broke from the whole NATO ignorance, the NATO Nazi ignorance, where we think they're the nice people, but they're the Nazis. It was why I can't really talk on Facebook. And it went from there to, the trade deal, right? Because the trade deal that China was doing, the Silk Road Part 2. Italy jumped in, they broke the deal. They were one of the allies supposed to be no to China. And they jumped right in. It's like, okay, you want to do Chinese trade? Okay. Okay. You got a CIA and they don't have any options. And now when I say United States Incorporated did it, you understand what I'm saying? America got a big government. A whole lot of people from the local level to the top. Most of them have no damn clue of what to drink, what food is, what's in the air, the water, or the corporations that they take money from. They have no damn idea what actually happens in the real world. You just have divisions and components and pieces of this massive for-profit corporation in different departments, and one of them acting up. It's usually that damn CIA. That's who it usually is. But one of them acting up. And they released the bioweapon. She broke it down. It was deep. And Italy just got pulled in because now they're trading with China. You're going to get all kind of diseases now because all the little racism stories that they have out there, the cultural appropriation and people eating bats and tiger nuts and alligator penises and stuff like that. Oh, they're creating diseases because they're in their markets. And they're spreading it. So Italy, you shouldn't be trading with China. It's just exhausting. It's so exhausting. Good morning, everybody. It's just so exhausting. I can't watch. I haven't watched 5 minutes of it. I listen to her because she said things that she put the money together and it made sense. And the only thing I'm gonna say to people right now is if you live in Bolivia, if you live in Venezuela, if you live in any of the places where they said that they need to invade, when who was that? The general told everybody where we're gonna invade, who the United States Incorporated needs to blow up so they can loot and steal some resources. I think there's a whole lot of reasons why this is happening. A whole lot of reasons. I asked that question this week, and that was a great thread. It's still going on. I asked the question. I said, if you own 80% of the media, or you control the other percentage of it, can you make up anything that you want? Can you make a fake pandemic? And people went back and forth. I was kind of proud because most everybody said, yeah, oh yeah, you can make it up. You can lie. Some of the people were like, no, you can't make up a global pandemic. You just can't do that. And I'm just like, people, y'all remember the alien invasion? Who was it? Was it Orwell? Who accidentally with a radio created a nationwide pandemic that the aliens were attacking to people in the vast majority didn't even believe in aliens and they didn't even mean to stage that? But if you own 80% of the networks, all the news media, everybody who they get their food, their biscuits, their retirement, everything come from this mainstream media. You mean to tell me on intent they can't create a worldwide global pandemic? Hell yes, they can. Stop it. Did they? That's another question. That's up to you. But my mind, my mind is already resolved. My mind is that yes, this is definitely some United States Incorporated bullshit. I don't think it's because Trump is fighting the deep state. I'm sorry. I hope y'all are right. I just don't believe it. I don't believe that he's fighting the deep state. I don't believe that you're fighting the deep state and in bed with Zionists and oppressing Jews. I don't think that, and Christians and Muslims and atheists and scientists and everybody else. I don't believe that you're going to fight the deep state being in bed with the Zionists, in bed with central bankers and the Rothschilds and the deep state. I don't believe none of that. That makes no sense to me. Besides, what kings and lords in history have ever stood up to protect children? Which one? Which one? Somebody tell me, show me. Please tell me, show me. What lord and king? Who was stupid enough to stand up and protect children in power? Who's ever done that? I've never seen that happen. You're telling me Trump is doing that? That makes no sense to me. Some of y'all think Obama, that makes no damn sense to me. All right, these people are just people. They love power and money like everything else, and they do exactly what they're told. There is no secret Q deep state activity, something happening that's secretly trying to save children. They bomb children with the rest of them. They don't give two dams. They drop buildings on babies when they're in between poisoning their diapers with glyphosate and their Enfamil with the other pesticides. All right, these people don't care about children. I just don't do adult fantasies. But if I'm wrong, and I hope I'm wrong, I do. I really hope. I hope y'all are right and I'm wrong. The bet is I'm gonna do the next video when that comes out, when Trump, then they had the mass arrest, 150,000 child traffickers around the world. Hillary Clinton, Tom Hanks, to everybody else. If they actually arrest them people, I'm gonna do a live stream in Trump underoos. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give me some Trump underoos, get one of my sisters out here who can do the painting and the stitching. I need you to stitch his face, and I'm gonna be right here in some Trump underoos, and I'm gonna do a live stream. I'm gonna say, go Trump. And I'll do it. I believe if he actually is fighting the deep state and he's gonna fight and save the children for the children, I will sit here in my underoos that got Trump face on it. All right. I just don't believe it, y'all. I don't believe anybody's coming to save us. I don't think we need another hero. We've never had a hero. Which is why Tina Turner, what's her name? Tina Turner. That's why she said that. We don't need another hero, because we ain't never had one. All you need is yourself. That's the only people that's gonna save us is us. Being grown adults, that's the only that we get saved. We do not get saved by no heroes. There are no adult heroes, all right? That's my 2 cents. But anyway, watch her video. Click the play button. See the play button? Click the play button, watch her video. Do not click on the link underneath that. That's for the CDC. They have no idea what the damn disease is. I'm sorry. You in bed with big pharmaceutical companies, you have no idea what the problems in the world, okay? You have no idea. I love y'all to death. I do, but you have no damn idea. Y'all have no idea what an ecosystem is. You have no idea what a human body is. You have no idea what physiology is. You don't know what shamans know or what they can do. Y'all need to stop with disease. All right? Whew. All right, got it all out. Anybody scared of the cuckoo? All right. Hey, good morning, Helen. It's buffering. Deborah Chandler is in the house, and Susan, Christine. Oh, please, no cuckoo virus anymore. No, Christine, I'm not into the cuckoo virus. I'm not. People going cuckoo, but I'm not. I went out this weekend to get me some water. Yeah. People going cuckoo. Christine, I was out there. I went to go. And by the way, before we get to even the water, I got to talk about the toilet paper for a minute. Ain't nobody telling me, Christine. Nobody told me. You know, I got 5,000 friends on Facebook. I'm about to delete every last one of them. Every last one of them, Christine. I think I'm going to delete all of them. Nobody told me about the run on toilet paper. Nobody said that. Nobody said, hey, Gerard, you know what, man? Hey, listen, bro. On a quiet PM or something, Christine, they could have said, listen, they running on toilet paper, bro. You need to go get you some toilet paper. Nope. They just went and did it, Christine. Nobody telling me. They ain't telling me nothing. They just went and got their toilet paper and they posted it online. And they, we got our toilet paper. You supposed to tell your friends, people. Tell your friends. I almost deleted my whole Facebook this weekend anyway, Christine. I was pissed off. I was thinking about the kids in Yemen. Oh man, how Facebook hid that and took that little baby that they done starved to death with their NATO ally. I still didn't post a link on Facebook, did I? I was pissed. I came within hide or hair of deleting my Facebook page this weekend. My friends, they pulled me back. They pulled me back from the cliff. I can't see that I'm doing any good. I don't know that I'm helping by staying on a platform producing content that doesn't let free speech come out of war zones because they're in bed with the Global Alliance and this NATO thing. I'm a little upset with that. All right, post the link on Facebook and I'll put the YouTube link out there also. I don't know. I'm still kind of on the fence. I probably won't delete it. I don't know. My friends said that I'm doing some good. I don't know that I see it. I feel like I'm supporting people in bad places doing bad things. I feel like we need to, at some point in time with social media, start to dictate what they allow to go out in content or not. Like right now, we're just reactionary. We just keep getting beat in the head with Facebook jail and censorship and everything else that they do. And we have no demands of our own. You know, I demand free speech. Like maybe Wednesdays, we just need to not use certain platforms. Maybe free speech platforms we ban on Wednesdays or Thursdays or Fridays, and everybody just use platforms that allow free speech. You know, just to send a message. I mean, if 20% of their revenue drops because 20% of the people use free speech platforms that allow global free speech in war zones, I think it would affect them. Right now, it's not affecting them. They haven't, their censorship, nothing is bothering them. They're still full bore doing exactly what the deep states in every single nation want them to do. Allowing for only selective discussion when it comes to these wars that are murdering people. So I think that we need to pick a day. I think we need to pick a day. One of y'all who are good at organizing things, pick a day, put something together and say, hey, on Thursdays, everybody's going to not log into the top 3 platforms that are censoring free speech. If we don't have free speech, we all going to go to extinction. That's it. There's like I said, there's no hate speech. There's only speech. And if you're actually controlling speech or controlling the entire narrative, which ends in an apocalypse. It ends in extinction because when people aren't allowed to voice and say what they need to say, then bad things will always happen. You know, that's why, once again, this weekend, we got into it. You know, you've got people who were already in an apocalypse. They were struggling to pay the rent, struggling to pay the mortgage. Then got that message note on the door, their power, their water, trying to figure out how to buy food. And y'all did a run on food. They couldn't afford anything. They couldn't buy anything anyway. Now they're sitting at home because they can't work. They got no choice but to be forced into crime. They have no choice but to be forced into violence. That's how government uses artificial scarcity to create crime waves. And they're quiet. Those people need to voice it, and they're not voicing anything because they got this pride thing going. Everybody in this society, we got pride, so they can't ask for help. If you know somebody, couple things. If you know somebody who needs help, who needed help before all of this nonsense, this privilege, pandemonium, pandemic, because it was planned, got started, you look out for them. You need to pick up the phone, and they're gonna do that pride thing. You say, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and put something in your envelope and put it in your mailbox. I know you was having a hard time before this, because people won't ask. They'll do crimes before they'll ask. A lot of people. And the other thing is, if you got any senior citizens that live next to you, you need to look out for them. You need to go knock on their door. You got people 90 years old, they can't run in no damn grocery store and fight with you over toilet paper and paper towels and food. You got shut-ins. You got people who get their groceries delivered. Delivery guy ain't going to fight for them to get their groceries. Like, I don't think we think about the side effects of all of this nonsense. That's why I'm not watching the news on your pandemic. I'm not falling into the pandemonium. I made jokes all weekend. I made sure I had at least one joke coming out every single hour that I am not taking none of this nonsense seriously. All right, what am I doing? Okay, there we go. I'm not sure what we're talking about. Stir it up. Oh yeah, well, they're stirring it up. They're stirring up a global profiteering. And now everybody on all different levels has got their own disaster capitalism and profiteering going. That's the way the Spanish flu went. That's the way all it went. Flus don't become pandemics without help, and we help them because of disaster capitalism. As long as we got money, as well as long as we don't have free speech, we're just waiting for our extinction. Because that's what people do, dumb things for money. People do crimes and hurt people for food, right? You can't put money between people and survival. They'll do anything to get it. So we are in an earth crisis, and the doctrines of the fallen angels, that was from the earth crisis. That was another song I was singing this morning. Who was that? Steel Pulse or Third World? I forgot. Doctrines of the fallen angels. Because you got that doctrine of the fallen angels. You got a doctrine of God, which is love everybody. And you got a doctrine of the fallen angels, which is conflict, currency, banking, kill each other, capitalism, communism, socialism, all the isms. Not just love everybody and take care of your neighbors and look out for the voices and the stuff that God told you to do. Which, by the way, I was thinking about that this morning too. I don't think it matters what God you have. I don't think it matters. I was thinking about India this morning. I was listening to Saj Guru, my guru. And I don't think it matters what God you have. I think all the gods work. Every last one. I think the monkey god worked. I think Medusa worked. I think Allah worked. I think the God worked. I think Yeshua. I think all the gods work. Because think about it like this. If you are God, God was in you, which is what Yeshua Christ told you anyway, and all the monkey gods and the gods with the 8 arms and everything, they Shiva and all the rest of them. If God is within you and you are a God and greater things they did you can do, you are a God. You create your own reality. If you create your own reality, all that matters is that you believe in that God. That's it. If you're on the fence, then your God ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. You can try all you want. You can pray, you can fast, you can pay tithes. That God ain't gonna do nothing for you. But if you are in sync, if you believe, and you got to put the peace message in there too. If you believe in peace and love and natural law, leave everybody alone, and you believe in that God, it'll work, because the placebo effect and the nocebo effect are real. 100% real. 100% science is real. If you believe your God is healing your body because you went and touched the hem of somebody's garment, somebody went down to church in Texas and they tackled you right on the head, you fell back in your wheelchair, you feel that you're healed, you'll do it. You'll fix it. Placebo effect. We do these things. We manifest things based on belief, which takes me to the not only do all the gods work if you actually believe it, but the vaccines don't if you don't. If you give a person a vaccine that knows that that's bunk, they're gonna die. They're gonna tap into that $1 billion vaccine fund that Ronald Reagan created because they knew it didn't work. If you give somebody a vaccine and they know that it works, that's their religion, then it's gonna work. It's gonna work. I'm gonna tell you right here that vaccines are safe and effective. Yes, you've never heard that come out of my mouth. But think about it. Like, be honest, all the gods work, all the vaccines, the medications, placebo, and sugar pills, they all work. If you really believe, mind over matter. Your mind matters more than your body. Your mind manifests things. And if you really believe that religion, it works. If you don't, it doesn't. That's why you shouldn't change nobody's religion. You should be okay with all the gods. Be okay with the Christians and the Muslims and the atheists and the scientists and the vaccinatists and the Americanists. Let everybody have their own gods. If you believe it works, it actually will work. All right, what am I doing? Oh, Deborah Clow, good morning. How you doing this morning on VK? Give you a shout out. Austria did a study on plant therapy with bananas to treat cuckoo virus. Ooh, see, we 98% monkeys need to eat our banana. Oh, hell yeah, I'm glad that you said that. I'm glad you know what, y'all gonna think it's staged, but this ain't staged. People watch live stream because it's real, all right? Listen, gaga, cuckoo, cuckoo. It's all the cuckoo virus in my mouth right now, fight. You're like melting like The witch. I eat a whole bunch of these. Diana, you didn't have to tell me. I'm glad you told me that, but you didn't have to tell me. I get my bananas every morning. I put them in a smoothie or I eat these jokers. Why? Because how much of our DNA we got in similar with bananas? 60% of our DNA is similar to banana DNA. We just in sync, we're symbiotic, we're really close. 98% of our DNA is with monkeys, like she just done told you. 98%, whether you believe in science or religion, made from the dust of the earth and some monkeys, or you made from the monkeys that evolved into something else. Now, how you look at it, when it came from monkeys, and what do monkeys eat? That's why I fight the cuckoo flu. Every disease on this planet, your body already knows how to fight. You just forgot what to eat. I'm not surprised, Diana. Thank you, girl. Thank you. That's on point. I hadn't seen them this morning, Diana. Oh my goodness. I hadn't seen, so everybody was going to work, sitting in traffic. I couldn't believe it. I was happy to see that people aren't taking this nonsense seriously. They were just faking the apocalypse, the phalocalypse. They weren't going for the pandemic. But then I saw the hostess truck, Diana. I saw the hostess truck and I was like, oh, I was feeling good about my people in my state. And then I saw that hostess truck, restocking shelves, heading for the grocery store. I'm like, all right, there you go, taking that carcinogen sugar cakes. And the Americans are buying them. Then you know what I did, Diana? I asked everybody to post a picture of their preps. I just like to know where we are. I just need to know the status. Oh my goodness, you see all of the processed food and sugar and cakes, everything that cultivates disease. I'm like, y'all are scared of the flu, and you got everything that grows the flu. We all gonna die. Oh, the other thing, did y'all see the Oklahoma governor? He fell off a script. Did y'all see him? He posted on Twitter or Tweeter, whatever the hell the name of that site is. He posted, or Pick the Chat, I don't even know what it was. He posted a picture. He was out eating in a food court with his family. They were all hanging out, crowded, packed food court, people just walking, bumping the back of his head with trays and stuff. He's supposed to be on pandemic message, and he wasn't. He got in trouble. He got that phone call from the deep state, United States Incorporated. You're supposed to be on message. Read the script. Read the script. He got that phone call from the oligarchs. And then he said, no, Oklahoma's in a state of emergency. He was in OK because Oklahoma's, the abbreviation for their state is OK. He was OK, and they called him, no, you're not supposed to be OK. You're not supposed to be OK. He was just OK, but he was off script. So after that, oh, we're in a state of emergency. We're scared too with everybody else. We're scared. I ain't scared. Diana, I ain't scared. I got my smoothies. I'm making my smoothies. I've cut back on my processed food. Everybody eats processed food. I've just cut back on it. That's it. You treat just like you treat every flu. I had just made some banana bread for my kids because that's one of the few healthy things I can get my oldest son to eat. And then I found out the science that backs up the banana science. That's right, because it fortifies your DNA. I have no idea what that means, Diana, but it sounds good and it's true. We've been eating this stuff since the beginning of time. Eat your raw food as much as possible at flu season. Bottom line, grandmama told you eat your deep leafy greens. We didn't know why. We thought she was crazy and senile, but she knew what she was talking about because it was handed down to her. We eating marsupials, eating fresh leaves from the ground. Eat as many as you can, and then after that, it's just luck because it's a bioweapon. I'm sorry, after that's just luck. What was the name of the scientist Del Bigtree had on? Said it was a bioweapon. He said he saw the markers right from the very beginning. That's why I watch stuff. I don't really make judgments. I kind of laugh at things for a little bit. I know that the mainstream media is always lying to me. And then when this lady said it, Michelle Iverson, whatever her name is, when she said it, it was like, ding! It reminded me of the Del Bigtree video where he had the scientists said, scientists released it. We looked at the markers. We can see right there. We don't know where it came from, who did it, but that right there is artificial. This is not coming from nature. It did not come from no monkeys and bats and gorillas and snakes having multiple kind of sexual interrelations. We made it. And then she released, they got America has bioweapon, not America, United States Incorporated has bioweapons labs all over surrounding China. And it magically hits China the hardest. Then it hits the next person we hate the most, which is Iran. We need to invade. And then it hits Italy. And then Italy, it's like, it to make sense to me for like a trade deal that Italy would get it next. Like we just spraying this stuff out of airplanes the same way United States Corporation and your Trump and your Obama's administration get right along with everybody else spraying us with them damn chemtrails. They just diverted a sprayer over there, put the cuckoo virus in there and sprayed it over there. To me, I believe in money. I believe in money. I think money and economics and power answers everything. But also, I was thinking about the French. I was thinking about the yellow vest this weekend when I heard it. Isn't Italy the country that was getting their back for RIC? Is Italy the country that had a direct democracy already? I think they are. Or not, if they had it, they had a big movement there. That's another good reason to give them the cuckoo virus. If they're actually starting to give their country over to their people, if they have a movement for RIC, a direct democracy, to get rid of representative government, that's another good reason to give them the cuckoo flu. And I think that was that nation that was backing up the yellow vest, if I'm not mistaken. You know, and then it makes sense from a historical perspective. What happens anytime a nation tries to give, a government tries to give its resources and government back to the people? In Latin America, CIA comes right in, United States and corporations, and blows up their nation, starts a war, topples a government, brings in weapons, because the only thing the United States and corporation hates is people owning resources. They believe in big corporations owning resources. And those big corporations are all owned by the same 13 families in bed with the people with the central banks. And I think that's what all this is about. I think it's all about banking. I think it's all about currency collapse. I do. I don't know what's true, but I know what's true is not in the news. I know what's true is not what they're talking about. I just think that the earth was in a crisis. I mean, before this, just look at what was happening with like the central banks and Federal Reserve. They were printing all that money, $50 billion a day for a period of time. I think they were pumping in to stabilize the markets. I just think it's an economy, a worldwide currency collapse. I think they got to replace the world's reserve currency, and that's the American currency, that's the US dollar. And the only way you do that is you have to topple them the dollar. And how long will this last? Well, until the cuckoo flu goes away after 2 weeks. No, I think this will last until the dollar is done. And they can give us the new currency, whatever it's going to be called. That's what I think it's all about. It's just economics. It's just money. They just got to give us a new system. And the dollar was fighting and hanging on for too long. And so they had to make sure that the death knell, because it makes no sense. Why would the greediest people on the planet shut down the most profitable corporation of a government thing they got on the planet and get people to stop buying? That makes no sense to me. When things don't make any sense, I just look who's making the money. All right, so there you go. Hey, brothers and sisters, thank you for the invite, Susan. Hey, Max, good morning. Thank you for inviting Susan. Let me see. I haven't found a livable cave yet. Need some time before the roundup. Yeah, Susan, you need to find yourself a cave, a bunker, or something. Although the funny thing, Susan don't live too far from here. I was laughing this morning because nobody was scared. I was laughing this morning because everybody was on the road going to work. Nobody was really scared. Half of my friends in bunkers right now with the face paint. They got that from football. High school, they got that face paint in the bunker, like opening the top, looking out, trying to see if the apocalypse is happening. And you got women driving to work right now, putting on their makeup in the window. It's crazy. Don't nobody know what's really going on. I just know what's going on, Susan, in what they say. All right, let me put the YouTube link. I don't think I put the YouTube link out there on Facebook. Who else is missing to invite? Tony, Daniel. Oh, they were great live stream this weekend too. Tony did a great one. Ty did a great one. A lot of great things happen on Facebook. I ain't on it though. I'm not even trying. It's bad out there. Bread and milk and shelves are emptying right now. Not just non-perishables. This is true, Max. This is true. By the time I got to the grocery store, by the time my friends told me, Max, by the time my friends told me there was a run on toilet paper and water, I got to the store, there was no water or toilet paper. In fact, it was a whole paper aisle. I think people figured out they can use paper towels, they can use tissue paper, they can use pretty much anything. Cardboard, even the cardboard bags were gone. You know the cardboard bags they have? The brown paper bags, they were gone. The whole aisle was done. And I couldn't get no water, so I went to the next grocery store. I went to the next one, I think it was the Wegmans. Wegmans is the big warehouse one over here. Like that, everyone's got these big warehouse because we can't have regular grocery stores. We can't have mom and pop general stores no more because everything has to be bigger, go home. Everything has to feed the global elite, these big families that have these massive, massive corporations for grocery stores. So I went over to the Wegmans and they had water. They had water. I was gonna post a picture. I actually took a picture. I was gonna post it on Facebook, Megs. I decided not to because ain't nobody telling me. Nobody told me about toilet paper, so I ain't gonna tell them Wegmans got water. That's your problem. 5,000 people, when nobody telling you that we run out of toilet paper in the grocery store. It's kind of treatment of that somebody that you call a friend. So I didn't post it. I didn't tell nobody. They had water, but even Wegmans, the top shelf, because they're like the warehouse stores, grocery stores. They have multiple levels up to the ceiling, like warehouses. But even when you go to Wegmans, you look at the top shelf, it's empty. Like all the top shelves are empty. The bottoms are depleting. They weren't like the regular little grocery stores, the little giants, the little millionaire grocery stores, the billionaires grocery stores. The whole top was gone. And like you can start to see it's depleting in the sides. And I don't know, Megs, I just think it's stupid. I think you have too many people who have too many needs and they're going without. We let them go without too long, Grandma, because she got that shotgun. She might be shut in. She ain't going to be shut in when she runs out of ice cream. She ain't going to be shut in then. She going to get that shotgun right there. She reserved for people going through her bushes and her rose garden. She going to go to the grocery store. She going to get her some ice cream. Don't ever push people to do things they ain't supposed to do. But that's what artificial scarcity does. Let me see. Talk of closing all the bars and restaurants in our state, worried about those businesses and people. I also support the shutdown though. Wow. I didn't know that, Mix. That's dumb. That's really stupid. Don't y'all close no bars. People need to get out and drink. They are shut in with the people they love the most in this world. They gonna have to get out. The marital laws, because most people married, they not supposed to be. They shouldn't be. They can't stand each other, hate each other. They shouldn't be locked in a house together with no alcohol. Well, and they shouldn't be locked together with the house with alcohol, but some of them need to get out and get some fresh air. They need to get out to the park, they need to walk, they need to run, they need to go get drunk in a bar so they can go home and tolerate another couple of weeks being locked in with them. But you're in favor, supporting the shutdown? Max, I don't know, I'm on the fence. You know what, I'm not in support of anything. I'm not in support because I don't know what's going on. I need to know what's going on to be in support of things. The only thing I know for sure is they're lying. That's all I know. They're lying. And so I can't go along and support anything I don't know. Like, this is why I don't vote, Megs, because they lie too much. I can't support something I don't know. I'm not going to support my own demise. So I'm not really in favor of the shutdown. I'm not against it. I think about, I was against the shutdown. I was against it, Megs, and then I was for it. And then I finally decided, what are you doing? Man, you don't know what's going on. They don't tell you nothing. Stupid. Stop making decisions. Can't make no decisions and then everybody's lying to you. That's dumb. They're playing you if they're not telling you all the truth. But I'm not for the shutdown for the fact that it's going to push people into crime. Right? The apocalypse didn't just start. The pandemic just started, but the pandemonium's been there because we have artificial scarcity and people who were starving before this started. People who were homeless before this started. So I'm not for the shutdown. When people are making money, they can buy biscuits and bacons and burgers. They don't come to my house and burglarize me. So I'm not really for the shutdown, but I'm not against it either because like with the Spanish flu and like all the pandemics, when you do your research into the whole pandemics and how a flu becomes a pandemic, it needs help from government. It needs help from a war. It needs help from poverty. It makes sense that you use technology and divide people up, information, don't shake nobody's hands, don't, it's flu season, don't kiss on nobody, don't be out on no first dates and trying to get you something, don't do that, stay at home. So I'm not for it or against it. I'm still just against secrecy, Max, because they're not telling us what's true. They're not telling us what's true, so I can't really make a decision. I think any decision I make is gonna be in ignorance. If they can stage an alien invasion with a damn radio, on accident, they can stage a worldwide pandemic on a flu that's less dangerous than the regular flu, and get everybody roaring up just to kind of stir things up so they can get the things done in the world that they want. So they can invade Iran or debilitate China or scare people into Chinese racism so they won't buy from the Silk Road because Chinese people eat dragons and monkey balls and they mix it together with bat guano or something and it's in the cake. And I'm just like, you know, people are so ignorant. People are so ignorant. They're just so ignorant. You shouldn't have no market, because they have the pictures of the markets now where they got the monkeys on top of the bears on top of something else and alligators on the bottom and it's pooping on the rats, and then you just see the whole market. And you know, first of all, most people ain't eating that. Most people don't do that. You got some poor people who will like have cages with all these animals stacked on top of you, but not many of them. You have poor areas, impoverished areas. But you look at that and people are like, oh, it's the Chinese. And it's not the Chinese, it's us. We keep people in poverty. We keep nations in the third world. We keep nations poor, and disease does what it does. If it came from that, I don't think it did. I think it came from a bioweapon. Maybe the original first version did, and then we figured out how to make it work, to make capital, to make war, to make a flu, a pandemic. But even if it came from that, it's our fault. It's all our fault. We don't share the technology. To me, it's like climate change. This is why I don't get down with the climate change. I love them to death. I don't get down with them. I don't get down with the climate deniers neither. I'm closest related to they got some weather weapons. They ain't talking about Earths. I'm closest to them. But mostly, it's this silly idea that, oh, well, because the climate change, they like to say these little ignorant things like, oh, people are migrating because of climate change. And I'm like, dude, really? Is that's the extent of the U.S. education system? You think people are migrating because the climate's changing. All right, well, yeah, it's desert conditions. They don't have any water. They got to walk away. Like, anybody walking away in Nevada? You ever been in Nevada? You ever been in New Mexico? You ever been? I was in New Mexico. We was driving my brother's car back from some damn college. He went to one of them elite colleges, Stanford University. Stanford, your big colonizer school. He went out to big colonizer school. We were driving his car back. I remember we got to Nevada and New Mexico. Oh my God. I don't know how anybody lives there. I respect y'all. I had my feet sticked out the window because even though he went to the colonized big university, Ivy League thing, we ain't had no money. So he didn't have air conditioning in his car. So I had my feet kicked out the window. Boy, as soon as we got out of California, started hitting that heat, that dry heat, no moisture in the heat, not that under your armpit, wet soaking dry heat. Oh, it just started baking my feet. I could smell the cooker buns just roasting. Oh no, it's too hot down there. Way too hot in New Mexico. Way too hot down. Hot and dry. Hot and dry. And I forgot why I even said that. I forgot. I'm like, my mind is thinking about driving back. That's the first time I got me some American alcohol, because I was like 16. We stopped and had a party in New Orleans. But why was I talking about the dry heat? Why was that? Because it's dry down there. We're talking about cuckoo fry. Climate change. That's what it is. So does anybody moving out of New Mexico? No, nobody, no climate, no mass migrations out of New Mexico. No, I got a few friends that leave Arizona every now and then. They say it's dry as hell, but nobody leaving, they stay. So how come they migrating out of Congo? It's climate change. No, it's not. It's called the dumb people that you listen to in government don't want to share technology change. They don't want the technology to change. That's why nobody leaves Nevada, nobody leaves Arizona, nobody mass migrations out of Mexico. There's none of that. We just don't share the technology. The people who are telling you that they're moving because of the weather, have you heard that song, Blame It on the Rain? Who was that, Milli Vanilli? I think it was Milli Vanilli. That's why they sung that song. Because it's easy. If you blame it on the rain, they don't have to share the technology with these countries. So they got you blaming the weather when they're just profitably just trying to keep the technology. When you share technology with people in China and poor areas, they don't have to put the monkeys and the bats on top of each other in cages where they pooping on each other and having sex in between being purchased for food and make medicine out of it. They don't have to. You share the technology, people don't do that. You know, you share technology with people in the Congo, they don't migrate. They don't need to leave Africa. They don't need. You share technology with Honduras in that war on drugs, they don't have to come. But, you know, critical thought's not a thing anymore. So they're shutting everything down. Somebody talking about O'Hare, the airports, they're shutting that down? Elizabeth Plummaker, a University of Wisconsin student, arrived Saturday at O'Hare from Madrid, where she'd been studying the customs processes made her feel unsafe, she said. The customs process made her feel unsafe. Okay, I see what you're saying there, man. I see. You know what? The airport customs processes always make me feel unsafe. And it doesn't have to be customs. TSA, little nasty bastards, is bad enough. TSA too freaky dicky for me. The customs, I'll admit, yeah, the customs did make me feel, when anytime I leave this country, I tell every American, y'all should leave the country because y'all stupid. You stay here, you're going to be ignorant. You got to get outside and go listen to the real world. Right now, they say all around the real world, everybody's saying that America did it. That's one scary thing. Think about that. If all around the world people are saying America did it, and they got bioweapons too, and their people are dying, Americans, y'all might want to duck too. That's all I'm saying. That's one thing. And two, yeah, because I don't like the security world, Max. I don't like it. I don't like TSA being pat down, being groped. I've only 2 or 3 times been groped by grown men in my life, and only once was at a party. Okay, the other was at a TSA. It's not my thing. I'm okay. Everybody like other men touching your nuts. I don't like that. I'm not interested in that. So yeah, the regular TSA process flying in the nation is ignorant. I have no interest in customs. I felt like I was in like high school or something. I didn't like that. I felt I was lining up for recess or something in elementary school. I didn't like that custom process neither. Doesn't surprise me, but Italy's partying. Maybe not everywhere. Maybe it's real someplace. I mean, some people dying. I'm not saying nobody dying. When I say it's fake, it's a planned demic. I don't know who, somebody coined that. Somebody actually on here coined that word. And it's true. It is. It's a false flag. False flag doesn't mean people don't die. Fake doesn't mean people don't die. It means that they're making money off of something. It means they're overstating things. The mainstream media always overstates everything. Politicians at election season always overstate everything. Use common sense. That's all I'm saying. Everything vibes and feels weird. It does, Susie. It does. That's why I'm on the fence on all of it. I'm on the fence. All except it has something to do with America and global banking and currencies. Everything else, we have no idea. Because everybody's jumping in, making their capital. There was a picture of people, Susie, getting a Purell. They were putting Purell in little baggies. And selling Purell on the street like it's crack cocaine or something. Everybody's disaster capitalizing. Ooh, war on drugs. Ooh, I saw something this weekend. I found out about a new drug. What's the name of the drug? Is it called Flakka or Blacka? Flakka. It's a new drug. It's called the zombie drug. I was watching this on Vice. And I had some thoughts on it. Like, it makes people zombies. They like walk in the street. And it's not a new drug. It's new to me. But I was thinking about it. It's like, wow, this thing is horrible. Like, and you get the whole meth crisis and all of that. Like, real people are dying. That's a real pandemic. And that's a real profitable pandemic, which is part of why the mainstream media doesn't really talk about it much. That's a pandemic. You need to give billions of dollars. You need to give them to the people who have meth addiction given to them by big pharmaceutical companies and corrupt, dirty oligarchical government of 2 parties. You got billions of dollars to give, then you need to take care of the people who are hurting them the most, okay? Flakka, that's the name of it, Flakka. And so, Christine, I was thinking about that this week. I'm like, would we even have a worldwide drug problem if it weren't for the CIA creating the drug routes into America to make a profitable supply system? Like, now you got all these synthetic drugs that are popping up everywhere. Everybody's making this one. I've never even heard of it, the zombie drug. We are complicit with everything, Christine. We are just the source, and by we, I don't actually mean me nor you. I mean this idea, us as a collective, that we need to support a system of governing that doesn't ever tell the truth on anything ever. And it's a for-profit corporation started in 1871 in the Act of 1871. We need to go back to being a republic. I think they started that, and it started with crack cocaine, started with cocaine, ended up in meth. Millions and millions of people died. War on drugs, mass incarceration, blowing up nations for opium. Afghanistan ends up in this thing called Flakka. We are the harbingers of our own death. Stirring it up. We let big corporations and these few families keep stirring up all the world's trouble. But yeah, everything does feel weird, Susie. All the vibes. Weird thing. I talked to my witches this weekend, Susie. All my witches. I got witches. Always keep them close. People say ask your doctor. I do not say ask your doctor. You can ask your doctor. You can ask your doctor anything you want. I ain't got a doctor. I got witches. I ask them when I have trouble. I go to my witches. But yeah, I was talking to them this week and they said it doesn't feel right, Susie. Something about the energy. But I think this all ends up good though, y'all. That's my belief. I think this ends up in a good place. Because I don't believe TV. right? I don't believe the zombie apocalypse shows. I know in hard, bad times, people pull together. Communities pull together. If the community's talking, they always pull together. You know, I think on the other side of this, we're going to end up well. Once again, I think the big banks mean it for evil. United States Incorporation means it for evil. But I think good things will come out on the other side of it. Only on TV do people act stupid when someone really needs their help. I know they act dumb for toilet paper. Don't get me wrong. I saw that. I know they do that for toilet paper. Everybody wants to live in their fake apocalypse. Everybody was ready. They even watched Doomsday Preppers, and they was all getting ready. And you finally just gave them their shot. They grabbed that bone and they ran with it. They ripped it to shreds. But I think in hard times, I think most people pull together. New Jersey Governor Murphy said last night, our lives will be the same after this. I don't know, Susan. I don't think so. I hope not. I hope not. We do need an earth change. We do need an earth change. I'm kind of hoping that this is the one. I'm kind of hoping, Susan, on the other side of this, people say, you know what? This mainstream media has to stop. I'm hoping on the other side of this, people really think about the problem. They really think about all the people who would have died, all the people who lost their jobs and did crimes, ended up in prison to get food, all the people who are just trying to feed their kids, and realize that we can't continue on with the mainstream media that's allowed to play doctor, lie, and drum up problems because it sells more papers, right? I think that on the other side, I hope we're not the same. I hope that people really reconsider and think about when they find out that Trump ain't arresting 150,000 people, that very, very wealthy people actually don't care about very, very poor kids, and they never have and they never will. And we don't have any heroes. I think on the other side of this, I don't know, Susan, this might destroy the election. If they do it right, if they really roll out this pandemic and it really takes on a life of its own, I think at the end of this, when people work together and they start, trading tomatoes and cucumbers and working together, and you got the toilet paper, I got the water, it's kind of hard to be ignorant as people have been. This right and this left thing. I think on the other side is we might be different. Things might be different. When people work together, you put people in adversity, they don't really want to politic after that. They might lay down their ignorance. I'm kind of hoping things. I hope New Jersey Governor Murphy, I hope he's so wrong. I do. I'm so sick of people tagging me in BSCV articles. I want to slap them. I know you do, Patricia, but don't slap them. Just post things that are true. Just say, we really don't know what's going on. The CDC ain't been CD nor seeing. They don't. If you believe in them, then you should believe in them. But if you don't, in which I don't go their synthetic way with life. I don't believe in their synthetic drugs. I don't believe in Big Pharma that they're in bed with. I'm a natural person, a biological human being. I go the biological direction. If you eat Twinkies and Ho-Hos and cuckoo cakes and take all the shots and everything, you live that whole colonizer, fake Roman, Babylonian, fallen angel life. If you go on the synthetic route with your body, your temple, then yeah, you need to listen to the CDC. You need to listen to everything they say. They're the only ones who know how to keep you alive being a synthetic fake human. But I don't listen. I have no interest. So yeah, people tag me out. Yeah, I kind of watch and listen. I'm kind of here for the entertainment for the most part, Patricia. I think I'm on this planet as an observer. I'm hoping I'm a watcher, just kind of watching the monkeys do their thing, like at the zoo. I'm gonna take pictures, make some post comments, write some notes or something, then I'll die and go back to whatever dimension I'm supposed to be at. But I'm just kind of watching. Like even after that Trump video, somebody sent it to me, tagged me in it. I watched the video, how this is all a Q thing and it's secret. Patricia Hauser, it's secret. We're gonna free the children. We're gonna stop the human trafficking. We're gonna get Tom Hanks. We're gonna get all these people in Hollywood. We're gonna get them. Mass arrests. I'll be honest with you. At the end of it, I was excited. They had the music was right. The words were right. All the positive things. At the end of it, I was like, go get him, Trump. Go get him. And then I stopped, realized, no, I'm just watching. I don't really believe that. That's never happened. It's just logic kicks back in. History kicks back in. This has never happened. And the odds are the last time, no good deed goes unpunished in my country. You stand up for the people, you stand up for children, you stand up against pharmaceutical countries, and you stand up for spearmen. They kill you. They kill doctors for just healing people. Okay? So I don't believe, but I was excited, Patricia. I was. It's kind of an entertainment system being in America. I was, at the end of it, I was like, go get them! Make America great again! And it shows you how susceptible we are to like music, like people going to church. Doesn't matter what God you believe in, but if you got a good gospel choir, oh boy, if you got a good hip hopping hillbilly band with a banjo going, you're gonna believe in that God, and everything you believe is gonna come true, because we are all gods and goddesses, and we manifest reality. But we have to believe. We have to believe. Why in the fudge are you associating me with Q? I don't follow Q. I never said it. Did I say that? I ain't never said. She got attitude. She's probably in the car right now doing her makeup. She had no word. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. You got, this is a recorded video, woman. Go back. I didn't say that. I just said that somebody tagged. I have a lot of friends that are, not you. I didn't know if you were. I don't know what people are. I don't pay attention. I'm just watching. I'm saying that people believe in Q. I just don't believe in A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I don't believe in none of them. I believe in money. I believe in money. I think capitalism and power and greed make all these decisions. I don't think there's any secret people making them behind the scenes. I hope there are. That was my point. I hope there. I hope I'm wrong. I hope to death every last one of my Q following, Donald Trump loving, make America great again having. I hope they're all right and we end human sex trafficking, because it's a bad idea. Okay, it's a bad idea. It should not be profitable in government. I just have never seen that. I've never seen that. I am a study of history, fistory, and alt history. And I've never seen in history that the rich people came to help the poor people children. I've never seen that happen. So I hope they're right though. I'm not associating with that. All right, what we got? Let me see. Unfathomable. Yeah, it is unfathomable, Megs. We are. I feel like I'm in a fantasy. I think I manifested that, Megs. You know me, I'm a little weird anyway. I think I woke up in a different dimension. I think I was like, we need a world change, and I manifested, created. It was that string theory, split universe, multiverse thing. Went to sleep, woke up in another fantasy world. I was just in the fake fantasy world where like aliens were real now and the UFOs and all of this stuff was real. Now I'm in the next reality. Like, we literally just hit pause on the world. Somebody with enough money just decided to hit the pause button like it's a Betamax. Like the Earth, the planet has a pause that and they paused everything. I'm like, is this happening? Is this real? It's like a ghost town. You come, there's nobody outside. Last night it was quiet. Nobody was on the road. All this weekend, nobody was on the road. People on the road going to work this morning. That's what people do for work. But it's quiet out there. I'm like, is this real? What's happening? The energy feels odd. I'm going to spend time on my witches threads because I need to know more about the energy. What the hell is going on out here? It feels weird. I can't believe that this is real. It's unfathomable. I never thought, this has never happened in my lifetimes, Megs. I've never seen anything. I never knew anybody could have the ability to press a button and just pause global economies. Like, that's crazy. Because I don't believe the mainstream media. But you know what? They're stirring it up and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. This is crazy. This is crazy. I was thinking about Wanda. Who's it? Jamie Foxx who does Wanda? What does Wanda say? I'm ready to go. Before she says that, she says something else. She had a saying and it made me think about all this. I don't know how all this connects together in my brain. It'll do it eventually. But there was a reason why I was looking up Wanda. Jamie Foxx, bank. Oh yeah, that's right. Y'all know who Wanda is? Y'all know who Wanda is? Because she has a saying, before she says, I'm ready to go. Before she ready to go, when she ready to fight, she said, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared, all right? You can live a great, wonderful life on the colonization of the world by these central banks. Don't be scared. We earned this. We earned all of this. Don't be scared. There was people living in a pandemonium apocalypse before we even heard of COVID-19. We heard of currency. We heard of fake faux IOU, Federal Reserve printing currency, and they only print enough to keep a lot of people in plandemics on the bottom. And they've been doing that since 1913, 1933. So this apocalypse is just started. This is a privileged plandemic. All right, this is affecting the privileged people only. So don't be scared. They've been in the apocalypse long time. All right. Your car might infect mine. Yes, Lord, your car is infecting people, and don't ride with your windows open. Close your windows up, otherwise you might get the cuckoo flu. It's gonna fly right in the window to you. This is a psyop for something much more sinister. Susan, I believe that. I think it is. There's something going on. It doesn't smell right, doesn't taste right. I don't believe none of it. Something really is going on. They're about to flip us onto something else. Is an alien death ship in the sky? Is a genocidal shot that they need to give everybody, pretend it's a vaccine? Somebody said that. That was one of their theories. They said there's some sort of shot they want to give everybody, turn everybody's reproductive systems off or something. I believe that. I believe in it. It's possible. I don't know if it's plausible, but it's possible. They done did it all in Latin America. They done did it in Africa, where they put the sterility thing in the vaccine. They've done that before. So I would not surprise me. And most of these people will run out there and get these shots. I'm not. You can have my shot. You can have my next shot. You can have my other shot. I have no interest in getting a regular flu shot. Okay, this thing kills less people than the regular damn flu. I ain't get it last year, ain't get the year before that, ain't get the year before that, ain't get the year before that. Why? Because I worked in the pharmaceutical industry and I talked to one of my friends who was working on the flu shots. Hell no, I ain't getting that. I ain't getting this one either. But we may not have a choice. Well, we always have a choice, but with most people, you get people scared enough, they're gonna be in line fighting for the vaccine the same way they're fighting for toilet paper. And when that happens, we all done. We all done at that point. Because at that point, when you have public opinion and everybody agrees with the pharmaceutical companies that's poisoning everybody, then yeah, they can use a police state to drag everybody else and give them the shot too. I'm just saying, you come to my house, I've said it before, you need to bring everybody with you. You need to bring the whole police department. You bring some tasers and I don't know, some of them little plastic rubber bullets or something. Might have to shot me in the head or something. But just I'ma warn you though. I'ma warn you. Just the same way I warn these burglars. I'm a botanist. I'ma warn you. I'm an herbalist. All right, and I'm a doomsday prepper too. I'm a botanist and a doomsday prepper too. Listen. I know. I'm not saying nothing else. Not stop right there. I'm not gonna say nothing else. I'm just saying, you bring war to my door, you gonna get every last bit of war I got to give you, with everything that I got, and I got things that I will not talk about. So anyway, but yeah, once you get public opinion and everybody's rolling on that vaccine, everybody didn't go get that shot, get that RFDI chip to say that you done got it. You can buy and sell. You done had your shot. Everybody else, they're gonna show up to the door with guns and MRAP tanks to give it to you, because they're gonna be fearful, right? Because that's what fear does. Like, oh, well, this guy, who is this? Hillary. If Hillary doesn't get the shot, then she's gonna infect everybody else. Herd immunity. CDC, herd immunity. I don't believe in synthetic herd immunity. I'm not a part of the synthetic herd. I'm a part of the biological herd. But if Hillary doesn't get it, she's gonna infect everybody else. And my grandmama's at home and this guy's in the military. She needs to make sure she get it, because she's making us all unsafe. The problem with having a mainstream media that owns the intellect of most people. I wonder if Tinder stock is down. Lori, I think everybody's stock is down, isn't it? Well, Tinder, I don't know. That's a good question. Tinder, that's the one where you swipe left, right, something. You want to get some coochie, you want to get some ding-a-ling or something. I think that if I'm not mistaken, I keep messing up on this, Lori, but I think in apocalypses, drugs, alcohol, and sex, they stay. They don't, in fact, they go up. Tinder stock is probably up. Everything else, all the other stock is down. That's why I think it's a run on America, Lord. I think part of this is a run on the world's markets. You know, I think that they're going to be buying up companies and land and holding companies for pennies on the dollar. Great Depression. They did it then. They'll probably do it now. We should all know ahead of time what our line in the sand is. Personally, you're right. We're willing and we're not willing to do. That's right, Jonathan. I got my line is clear. I'm letting everybody know right now. That's my line. This is my last video. You know what happened. They showed up my shot and tried to rape me with a needle. They showed up to my house to try to rape me with a needle. Nope, that's gonna be my last video, because I'm leaving. I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know if I'm gonna be back again. I'm leaving on a cloud. But I'm not Tyler. If I stay here, Jonathan, I'm gonna live free. That's my line. That's my only line. Like Jonathan, I had to get on my patriot, my nationalist friends. They're like, nationalism. Like, What was I watching? Somebody sent me a link for Polly. Yeah, Impossible Polly. What's her name? No, what's her name? That's the Impossible Burger. No, that's not it. What's her name? Polly something. Polly. Y'all know Polly. Anyway, while somebody posts her name, I was watching a Polly video. She started talking about national sovereignty. Like, I love Polly. I love her to death. I think she does great videos, but then she started getting on that national sovereignty nonsense. And I was like, oh, Lord, this is what's wrong with my national friends. Yes, we're sovereign. National sovereignty. And I'm like, y'all do know that we have a Bill of Rights, and it don't say nothing about national sovereignty. If you believe in the Constitution, the Founding Fathers, and the Bill of Rights, that was all about personal sovereignty. That had nothing to do with the nation. They hated the idea of the nation. They were scared of the idea of the republic. It was a nation that was trying to kill them. Kings are nationalists. Lords are nationalists. Governments are nationalists. But the Bill of Rights and the Constitution all was about protection of the people's sovereignty from the nation. Protection of the people's sovereignty from the state. So, but that's the thing is even people who have big names in all of this, I don't think that they really have a clue. I don't think that not a clue. I think we all got areas we're foggy on. All got areas we're foggy on. If you're not for all there is personal sovereignty. Nations are not sovereign. Nations are slave plantations. Nations are wardens. They are not sovereign. The only that's sovereign are people. I mean, you look around right now, like the whole world is being turned into a prison. If you really look at it from my perspective, everybody's at home, state of emergency, then close the parks, the bars, the restaurants, the retail, everywhere you can't go nowhere, can't do nothing, got to stay in the house. You are in a cell. Your cell has a yard. You might have a swing in the backyard and a television, but you are literally in a cell. They just made the whole world. Somebody pressed the button on the global economy and made the whole world an open air prison. People in Italy singing and dancing with each other from a distance. Because they can't touch each other. We're literally in a prison. Like, the prison system is modeled from the bottom all the way up through us. What was her name? It's Impossible Polly, right? She's fantastic. I mean, don't get me wrong, she's fantastic. I'm just saying that, you lose me when you jump to like state sovereignty or neighborhood sovereignty or like national or global sovereignty. I don't believe in slavery. I'm against slavery. I don't like the idea of the concept. People are free, and anything that abuses people has to go. Cuckoo scare city. Yeah, we are scared. We are cuckoo, and if you can scare the people, Lord, you can get them to do anything that you want them to do. They just sent the social worker and dietitian home for a week, and those are the people who should be at work, Lori. They should be at work. The social workers need to be at work because we socially have all kind of problems that still need to be addressed. The dietitian who need to be at work because the ho-ho cakes are going to the grocery store, and people are doomsday prepping from an apocalypto flu that you're scared of, a pandemic, bioweapon, whatever you want to call it, by eating processed food. So yeah, anyway, tender stock is up. I think the market's down, Lori. That's why it might be a good thing. The whole Wall Street just like, I just got a pop up a minute ago. It said that I guess the government tried to do something to stabilize, to colonize the black market, and it's not stabilized. It's like, so that's why it's so hard to it's like bad things are happening, but oh, that's good. Black markets need to crash. Explain to me how minuscule reported numbers on this justifies any of this. They don't. Something else is happening. Patricia Hauser, that's that logic that keeps you in Facebook jail, girl. That's that logic that keep you off the internet. You saying truthful and honest things, asking the right questions. None of this makes any sense. As that doctor said, it's a minor illness. We literally are creating a global pandemic, pandemonium, apocalypse, pausing all the markets, turning the world into an open air prison for a minor illness. It does not add up. It doesn't pass the flavor test, the smell test, none of it. Everybody should be highly suspicious of whatever the hell is about to happen. Systemic killing of the people, yes, Christine, they've always done it because it's profitable and we let it stay profitable. Exactly, Gerard. I was just saying this to a friend. There's so many people without basic needs their whole life. This crisis will be a greater level. We will be humbled. Absolutely, Deborah Chandler. That's why you were on my mind. It's like, no, people have been living through an apocalypse a long time. This is not a pandemic. This is a privileged pandemic. This is just an introduction of the people like us who have food, water, oxygen, place to live, house, car, all that stuff. We're now being introduced to what other people live with on a regular basis. So the apocalypse did not just start, been here a long time. Welcome to the jungle, everybody. Welcome to the jungle. And there are people who've been here a long time and they know how to survive a bit better. Unfortunately, they're going to be pushed into a life of crime to feed themselves because we let our government shut down the whole world, or we let the people above our government tell them to shut down the whole world. Antibacterial gel for viruses. Hillary, stop laughing at people. That's not nice. Yeah, I know. I do it all the time. Antibacterial gel for viruses. The only way you fight a virus is eat your bananas, make your smoothie, deep leafy greens. Every day I'm making a smoothie. As soon as it's done, I'm gonna go there and make a smoothie. My sons get free lunch at school. Just got a message. Any child receiving free lunch can pick them up between 10 and 12 while the school is closed. That is awesome, Susan. Damn it. Why did you tell me that? I hate Jersey. I can't stand Jersey. But again, I hate most governments. I do. I can't stand them. I just don't like slavery. That's decent. Damn, that's decent. Is that a private school or is that public school? Telling the kids they can go eat lunch while school is closed, that's awesome. That's that stuff Yeshua Christ tells people what to do. The Trump ain't, hell no, he turned that off. That's why I laugh about it. Like, oh, Obama came, he was Jesus. Trump came, he was Jesus. Obama bombed the hell out of God's children and Trump starved the hell out of them, taking food out of schools. And I'm just sitting here watching. This is why I watch, Susan, because none of this make no sense to me. Hey, America's feeding kids who got sent home with school lunches at school. That sounds like something Christ would do. That didn't make no damn sense to be here. That's why I know the alien's about to come out the sky. That's why I know something crazy about to happen. So I'm ready to run, Susan. I'm ready to run. I got my bug out bag ready to go. I'm going to be in the mountains eating plantains. I'm about to get the hell out of here. I don't know what's about to happen, but it ain't on TV, whatever it is. Eat your bananas, people. Get your raw food, leave that frozen pizza alone. That's gonna give you the cuckoo virus. Killing off the oldsters so Social Security doesn't go broke and insurance companies don't have to pay the baby boomers. Patricia, could be. That makes sense. We're in an oligarchy. My whole life, all I've seen them do is what makes profit. They don't give two damns about the people, but they always do what makes the profit. And you got old people you don't want to pay for? Yep, that makes perfectly good sense to call the oldest. That's exactly what stupid people do, knowing that elders are where the wisdom is. The only scared looking people I've seen were in the grocery store. You know what's funny? Lori, I laughed the whole time. I tried, Lord. I went to the grocery store. I was kind of scared to go in. I was a little hesitant. I got to the door, my new favorite. I was dubious about going in to try to find some water. I got in there, and the people was nice and pleasant and stuff. Lord, everybody was talking and stuff. Some people was playing Scrabble in the corner. It was just nice. How everybody doing? Everybody nice and talking, taking care of each other. I'm like, this is not what's supposed to be happening. Why is everybody so nice to each other? And I realized that I do kind of live in a privileged area. It's like, oh, okay, this is what's happening here. But is this happening in the hood? Is this happening close to the city? Is this happening at the trailer park? I don't think so. This ain't happening around the barrio. And the other thing I noticed, Lori, is all these men. I was having a great old time. I was going to do a video. A couple things outside of the men part. I was going to run to like aisle 7, like, oh, they got water in aisle 7, go! And I was going to start running and see what happened. I know it's so wrong. I know my head, Lori, it does these things. I was going to do it. And thank goodness I'm slowly starting to get mature and I decided I'm not going to do the things I used to do because somebody would fall, trip, hurt, stat. Don't do that, people. Do not create a pandemic because then you bad as the banks and the American government creating pandemonium, pandemics all over the planet with NATO Nazis. I laughed about it. I had a good time. So I was visualizing doing that. Toilet paper's on aisle 3. They just got here. And just start running. Oh God, I'm so glad I'm in my 40s, Lori. I'm so glad I'm safer now. When I was young, I used to do that stuff all the time. And so I was gonna do that. And the other thing I noticed, Lori, is the men. I'm like, why do y'all do this to these men? It was obvious they ain't never been in the grocery store in their life. Lord, these men was in here just lost. The women, they knew what they were doing. This is how I know we got problems still in our society with like men and women and marriages and stuff. The men must not do the shopping. Like I walked in there and these men, they was just like deer in the headlights. Like they didn't know where the toothpaste was, where the soap was at, where the toilet paper, the water. They did not know what's supposed to be here. They got the honey-do list. They had no idea. They look like rabbits in the headlights of cars. They didn't know what the hell, which way to go. There's men like stuck between aisles. They didn't know which way to go. I'm like, these men ain't never been shopping in their life. Why do women do that? Why do y'all send your husbands? Probably because the husband wanted to. He's watched Doomsday Prepper. He just wanted to get out and do his prepping. But he hadn't been in the grocery store since he stepped across that stage and got married. That's how I know we got problems still in America. They still use these women wives as slaves because men don't do no shopping. They ain't never been in the grocery store. It was fun. And the funny thing is, Lori, is the men wasn't asking for help neither. They were just oh, I wanted to take so many pictures. They were just standing there lost in the aisles looking up, down, right. I'm just like, you know, you can ask for help. You know, they got people that got badges named Becky or something. She tell you right where the tampons is at. You know, you can ask for, you grown, you about 57. You can ask somebody for some help if you want to. They were so lost. I enjoyed my trip to the grocery store. I wish I could say I didn't. I enjoyed it. It was great research. I walked around. I realized you could see all the problems with America just walking around looking in that grocery store. All these lost men. Know somebody wife at home like, he's having an affair. I know he's having an affair. I sent him out for groceries 8 hours ago and he hasn't come back. Like, no, he's not having an affair. You just sent him for groceries. You sent him to go do something and you forgot. He has GPS. He won't ask nobody for directions. He'll drive around lost in the car for about 10 days. But yeah, no, he ain't asked nobody for help in no grocery store. We're men, we have egos. He's having an affair, I know it. No, he's still on aisle 7. Oh, I'm sorry, Cuckoo. Is it Loco Cuckoo? Loco Coco? Her mom is freaking out. I know, my mama too. I called my mom. I said, Ma, just calm down. You don't have to worry too much about it. Just don't go. Tell your mama I said don't go outside. That's what you do with old people. Tell them don't go outside, then you call the neighbor and say, you make sure you look out for my mama or you go stay with mama. You know, but you got to be careful because people with immune system challenges, right? Autoimmunity, those are the people who are like in trouble. You got to look out for them. Got to be careful. If you know old people, like, and you do what I'm telling you to do, is what your grandparents told you to do and your mama told you to do, because we all done came from culture. We're supposed to take care of your neighbors, the elderly next door. If you're going to do that, before you go there, wash your hands, please. Before you go see your mama. Yes, I am munching. Wash your hands, wash your butt, wash your face, wash your hair. And in fact, if anything, make sure you bring them some hand sanitizer. Those are the people who really got to worry about it. Us young people ain't got to worry about it. The old people, they got to worry about it. We got to look out for them. Old people are libraries. Right? They're libraries. These are our geniuses. These are our data collection devices. I'm not ever saying believe everything they say, but they have a lot more experience. They're not trying to cure Alzheimer's, right? I think for a reason, because they always want to get rid of the old people. We died 120. We used to live a lot further beyond that. The Egyptians, the Sumerians, the Mayans, and the Bibleans, the Bibleticians back in the Methuselah day, they all lived a lot longer. We are not supposed to die at 120. But the problem is when people live beyond 120, they get wise and smart and they know that this is a pandemic and they say stuff like that. So yeah, look out for your mama, look out for your grandmama, look out for the old people, look out for your neighbor. You know somebody that's shut in, you go knock on that door, make sure they're okay, but make sure you wash your hands first. That's who we are, people. That's what we do as humans. That's what we're supposed to do. That's what your grandmama taught you. It's what everybody taught you. As a kid, I remember we used to charge for like cutting grass and raking leaves. Oop, I got a pop-up. European Commission suggests restricting all non-essential travel. Alrighty then. Let's shut the whole world down and see how that goes in a world that has capital-based economic systems that require growth. You know, that might be another good thing on the other side is people realize that they really didn't even need us. It would be great if on the other side of this, people realize, wow, y'all shut everything down. Maybe that bald dude was right when he said that 80% of the jobs can be done with automation, that we don't even need 80% of these jobs. And most people are doing things that are just useless, have no actual benefit to the human race. That they're working to pay taxes as accountants. They're working to support financial systems and banks that caused all the problems. They're working to do things to make pesticides and things that we don't even need people doing. I hope on the other side of this, people discover that slavery isn't necessary. That would be nice. I'd love that. If people realize that the whole world can be shut down by the people who own the whole world because they don't actually need us. Yeah, saving the world with the cuckoo virus. Yeah, that's the funny thing, Christine. I can't get it. They say that Trump about to save the world, that they using the deep state to fight the deep state, to give everybody the cuckoo virus that the deep state invented, to kill a bunch of people, to save the world from human trafficking. That doesn't make no sense to me, Christine. I hope that the kids get saved and human trafficking stop, but that just does not sound like a plan to stop Pizzagate. Not to me, it doesn't. I think what it comes down to is if you voted for Trump and you love Trump and you believe in Trump, people need to believe in something. If that's your God, then you believe everything that comes out of his mouth. You still got people who want to put Obama back in office. All right, he's 76, but that's been happening for 20 years or so. What's been happening? What y'all talking about? She knows where the toothpaste is. John, you know what the toothpaste? I see Jonathan being honest. This is a good thing about people being honest. Take a bow. Yeah, he knows where the toothpaste is. All right, listen. That's how it works. I know where everything is at, but I live alone. I do my own thing. I know how to shop. I know all the aisles, but I get lost if I go to a new grocery store. I go to a new grocery store, then yeah, I need some help. They got signs now. Tell your husbands before you send them out to get the doomsday prep that they got signs. Oh, and go and send him to get some stuff for the neighbors too. Don't tell your husband because he might not want to go. It's for the senior citizens next door, the shut-ins, or the poor folk who you know been out of work for a minute. Go ahead and just give them a little something. You got a little something extra to give. And besides, if the people next door aren't starving, they're not going to burglarize you. And plus, you give them something, they'll look out for you. So when you go to work, they'll watch your house. People work together. Send your husband, but don't tell him it's for the migrants next door. Don't tell him, because we know we know too much. We know everything. We know what we should and shouldn't do, when we should and shouldn't do it. You are the one that you need to make that decision firmly without him. We're gonna get some extra noodles, some extra rice, and some extra something just in case they need something. And go take them over something. And give him a map for the grocery store. Draw a map. There you go. I ain't mad at women no more. I'm not mad at wives. I'm not mad at y'all girlfriends. Just make them people a map. It was so inefficient. I'm like walking around all these men just lost in the damn grocery store. Like, why don't you just go home and just tell your wife to come back? Why don't you just go home? Because you know she at home thinking you having an affair because you don't want to ask nobody for no help. How many people have recovered? Also heard it's possible to get reinfected now. Well, yeah, Megs, because they're playing with it. You got bioweapons labs modifying it, creating it. It on itself is mutating. We have no idea the monster that we have, but I did hear that you can get reinfected. And the other thing, Megs, is how many people recover from it? How many people even have it? Somebody asked me that, a great question a little while ago. Who even knows anybody? I don't know anybody. I know somebody that knows somebody. That's it. I don't see anybody sick, coughing, sneezing. And maybe people hold it in because Americans, they know how we are. They know how we are. You start coughing and sneezing, you might get shot. These people armed to the teeth. You coughing and sneezing, they might hit you with a car. You have no idea. So maybe people just aren't coughing and sneezing for that. But, I don't know. I wouldn't go get tested anyway, Max. I wouldn't care. Like, I don't go to the doctor when I'm almost dying now. Why would I go to the doctors when I'm almost dying with cuckoo flu? I don't think the doctor knows what he's doing. I don't think she knows what she's doing. I call my witches. I go to my herbalist, a naturopathic doctor, ask your naturopathic doctor. And if all fails in that department, then I would go to a doctor. But I'm not a synthetic human. I don't believe in I'm not a chemistry set. I don't believe in chemistry to heal the human body. I think chemistry can keep the human body alive. I do. It can cause a lot of damage and side effects, and that's why it's a last case thing. I wouldn't even go to the doctor. I'm treating this, Megs, like I treat every single flu season. Medical clinic Managers are telling me that their staff is wearing gowns, gloves, face masks, and goggles. Patients are kept outside in their cars, let one in at a time. Sound like the apocalypse to me, Rebecca Costello. Sound like the Walking Dead. Yeah, and that's smart too, because those people got to work with the people. My problem is triage. I think everybody who thinks they got the cuckoo flu, y'all need to leave in their car. You need to leave them in the car. Deal with the people that's been in car accidents first. You take the cancer patients, the leukemia patients, the people who got meth issues. Take all of them first. And you can just ignore the people with the cuckoo flu. Ooh, I forgot, I gotta move this down. Wait. Is VK working? I just saw something move. I thought I could move this down. Did I move this down yesterday? No, not there. I move it down over here. I thought I moved it down. Are y'all over there talking and I'm ignoring y'all? No, y'all ain't saying that. Y'all just quiet. Ain't nobody even over there. Okay. Yeah. So that reminds me, Rebecca, I was in the checkout line and I was checking out. Oh, actually, the funny thing, Jonathan, because I was going for toothpaste. That's why I went. And I was in the checkout line. And the guy next to me had gloves on. The gloves. And putting his PIN number in or something. And I'm just like looking over. I wanted to take his picture so bad, but I didn't. If anybody said, y'all don't take pictures of the Americans, let them have their few. They've been waiting on this apocalypse a long time. They finally done got their apocalypse. You see how I got the banana in my hand like this, Rebecca Costello? That's how I was in the grocery store. I didn't really care. I was touching stuff. I touched the buttons with my finger. I'm touching this right now. You didn't even wash your hand. You're pressing your keyboard, touching your phone. Now you're going to tip that banana in your hand and eat it? That's how you fight the cuckoo flu, dummy. Don't be cuckoo. I trust my immune system. So after he finished, with his gloves on, he left. And maybe, you know what? I don't want to laugh about him too hard. Maybe he has like an elderly person at home. If you got an elderly person at home, don't listen to anything I say. Throw all of this out. If you got elderly people at home, you need to take every precaution, possibility, be safe, wear your gloves, your mask, everything. If you live with someone with an autoimmune condition, a disease or something, cancer, the immune system is already busy fighting something, yeah, you do need that. I'm not joking with you. I'm joking with everybody else. I'm not joking with you. Everybody else, I was like, boop, 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 boop. I put my pen in, got my groceries, and I sat there and I thought about it for a minute, like some little cuckoo flu on my finger or something, just popping around, percolating, waiting to get in my body, cause some trouble. Trouble less than what the common flu does. And I was like, all right, and I didn't have no Purell on me. I haven't bought Purell in like 20 years. I ain't gonna buy Purell now. I ain't gonna start now. I don't use it now. I just looked at it. I don't even buy antibacterial, chemically antibacterial soap. I use natural soap that's naturally antibacterial for a lot of good reasons. I don't like to put things on my body that cause problems for my immune system, and I need my immune system working. I looked at my finger, and I used the old antibacterial method. Look at my pants leg. And I was like, all right, there you go. Got that right off of there. All right, there you go. I went right back to the car. I have nuts in the car too, Rebecca, and I took the nuts and I poured them in my hand. I started eating my nuts. I started playing, throwing them up in the air, trying to catch them. I'm not easily scareable. I have an immune system at work. Y'all don't do what I do though. Let me pass the warning. Don't do what I do. Do not do what I do. Do not do what you see on your laptop, your TV screen. You don't even know I'm a real person. You don't even know I'm a real person. I could be CIA. I could be VR. I could be virtual reality. You have no idea what I could be doing this trying to get y'all sick. You need to do what worked for you. I'm telling you what worked for me. And ever since I was a kid out there playing, swimming in pools with turtles, swallowing turtle feces, and they had to do the swimming in Boy Scouts and sucking it all, the doo-doo from the ducks and everything swimming, and all the water and the piss, the peeing from the fish, and swallowing that, spitting it out at my friend, did my mile swim. I don't worry about it. You introduce your body to bacteria and stuff. We done drank out of hoses. We done did all these things as a kid. I ain't gonna start now. It's working. Everything I done did was working. Then it's working now. Play with the turtles, the frogs, and the snakes. And mama said I going for lunch. Did you wash your hands, baby? Yeah, I did, mama. And just go on, just get at it. So yeah, I use my antibacterial. It's called Pants Leg. Wipe my pants and kept going. but I got a functioning immune system. Yeah. Fiercely independent, probably why they're still going in 96. Yeah, they were independent, but they were smart back then, Lord. The old folks, they were smart back then. They weren't stupid like us. They questioned everything. They questioned their government, the government, the left, the right, the up, down. They didn't question their God too much. They was deep in the religions. But they questioned everything. They questioned their neighbor. They questioned their barber. They questioned the guy doing shoe shine. They questioned everything. We just agree with everything because it's on TV. The old will survive. They will survive. The smart ones, Christine, the ones that lock the door and like put the shotgun right at the door. Knock on the door. You get the hell out of here. All right, hey, listen. I spent a lot of time in Arkansas. I'm going to tell you. If you knock on somebody's door, hey, we're here to help you and bring you some food and we want to help you. And you hear an old lady, get the hell out of here. You better run. Better run. Next thing you hear is going to be a buckshot. That's the next thing you're going to hear. Don't play with old people in the apocalypse. There's the smart ones, the ones who got their food, they're ready to go. They got them big old pantries that we grew up with. They'll lock themselves in. They'll be fine. It's us that's going to die. All right, shortness of breath must be to the point of being unable to speak in order to be seen. Shortness of breath must be to the point of being unable to speak in order to be seen. We're talking about a symptom? Okay, I don't know anything about that. Italy is off the chain because of the Italians. Yeah, they're off the chain. They don't seem to play. They're either tough people or the apocalypse isn't as bad as what they're making it seem. American media obsession with Russia, yet haven't heard one thing about him. Putin isn't playing the BS. Oh, he probably isn't. Maybe he, you know what, Susan? What's her name? Oh, it's Amazing Polly. That's her name. Amazing Polly. I don't believe in sovereign nations. I believe in sovereign people. You say that, Amazing Polly. I still watch her video. I think she does great videos. I watch her every now and then. That was her name. It just popped in my head when you said that. But right, on the Putin thing, the other girl, the other lady, who did the Kim Iverson. That's one thing she said. She said the whole world is talking about this came from America. She's saying the whole world saying it's a bioweapon. She's saying we made, the United States Incorporation made it. She's saying they're all saying it. The Iranian government saying it. They're saying America made it. And everybody's talking about it from that perspective. But yeah, I don't think Putin's playing the BS. I think he realized the scams that we do. And Americans are locked down. They're locked in the house. The media's all controlled. People aren't talking. So they control all the narratives. They can say or do anything that they want to do. And the Americans are like slaves in open air prison, sitting at home, watching the news. CBS, ABC, MSNBC, Fox, all the stations that will give them the American perspective. None of them will say potentially it's an American bioweapon that was released in China because they got trade deals with China and because they need to topple the world's currency. They're doing what they're told and they need to keep Americans in their house, need to create some martial law because the Federal Reserve wasn't going to do any more quantitative easing because they've run out of that. America's finally been looted. That 98% value of the dollar is finally 0%. They're not gonna say that on TV. And so you gotta lock the Americans down now. They're not going for 5G. People are fighting 5G. They're having trouble putting the towers in. The townships and states are blocking it. You need some sort of crisis to bring that police state in and lock people down. Elderberry is so delicious. It is, Lori. I just put me an elderberry tree in yesterday. Not yesterday. Was it last year? 2 years ago. I got a couple elderberry trees going out front. I got elderberry tree. I got mulberry tree. I've been planting. I just did like a tray of 100 lettuce yesterday. People gotta eat. People gotta eat. It's better. Well, first of all, I love fresh lettuce and I make a lot of smoothies, so I'm gonna eat all that anyway. But if not, I mean, it's a little bit more overboard. It's for my neighbors. It's for other people. You know, if you know how to grow food, you gotta look out for other people. There are some people who got money. They got prepper supplies and toilet paper, and they can go take care of the neighbors with that and build community. For me, it's not that. For me, I know how to grow things. I got a lot of food. I know how to grow pretty much. I got damn jackfruit. I'm the only dummy in the state of Pennsylvania that got a jackfruit tree. Jackfruit grow to be 8 feet long. I got it growing in a pot. I like growing everything. But now's the time to put in more seeds because it's not just you that needs to eat. Your neighbors need to eat too. Food grows outside in the sun. You can't be outside unless you plan on living in your garden. If your neighbors are starving, they're going to eat your tomatoes as they should. All right? If they're not, nobody's going to break in your house and rob you and steal your stores if they can just go to your garden and eat fresh out of that. So plant more food. If you can plant extra tomatoes and basil and things for the deer and the rabbits, you can plant a little extra food for the people. All right. I don't know what's going on with VK. VK is weird. So it looks like there's a bunch of people over there. I don't know. Is it frozen? Is it frozen like last time? Do I need to restart it? Anyway. So yeah, yes, Susan, Russians, not hysterical. They laugh at us. They do, Christine. Everybody. We are the laughing stock of the world. We are the world's entertainment system. I completely believe that. I think it's ridiculous. I think that we really need to consider if we want to continue to be this stupid. Now I say it's live, it's still there. I just don't see it. Let me see if I can send myself some love. See if I can do that. See if it's still working. I like VK. I don't know why y'all don't like VK. Send myself some love. Boom. Oh, I can press this right here. Ooh, look at this. This is the cuckoo virus love. I look at that guy, the cuckoo virus love. No, what happened? Oh no, you gotta buy that one. Oh, I ain't buying that. No, I ain't doing that. We in the cuckoo flu. The whole world is shut down. No, how do I send love? Hang on. I know how to do it yesterday or the other day. Something changed. It'll take a little while to get used to it. I'm saying give myself, oh, okay, that's that one, right? So I can do that and send myself a thumbs up. So you just sitting here playing. You're supposed to be telling us what to do. Yeah, see, it's working. No, I'm not supposed to tell you what to do. I'm just telling people how I think. You can do what you want to do. I'm planting seeds. I've been planting trays and trays and trays a day. Truth will be revealed 50 to 100 years later. Sandra, and isn't that the point? Everything is an example. Listen to what Sandra's saying. Look at whatever happens, whatever it is in your world, whether it's election and lying and gerrymandering and your party's never doing what they say they're supposed to do. They say they're going to end war. They're starting more wars, the cuckoo virus, pandemics, war, everything just looks at why did it happen and how do we stop this nonsense from happening the next time? That's it. If people will focus on that, things will go great. We can't seem to get the people to think like that though. What happened? Who did it? Why did act like a mother? There you go. Act like a mother. That's all you got to do. What mom do? Moms like to solve problems. They don't like dads. We just want y'all to shut up. Moms are problem solvers. Dads are not. Moms, they listen. Well, what happened? Who did it? Who hit who first? Who touched somebody else's food? Who hit who in the belly? Who touched that? Why you do it? When you do it? You're sad. Why you sad? What happened? You got a bad grade. You got a bad grade because you need a hug or something. You're sad, depressed. What? Mom gets down to the root of the problem. What the hell happened? Let's fix this nonsense. Dad's like, nope, give me the belt. Give me the belt, I'm gonna fix it. Shut up. That's just kind of how it goes. Act like a mom in these situations. When bad things happen, who did what, why, where, when, how do I stop it? Who needs a hug? Who ignorant? Who didn't do their homework? What happened? Let's solve some problems so I can have a sustainable house. I gotta have a sustainable house. And it's not a prejudice thing. It's just men didn't have the responsibility over time. Like we evolved, mom would protect the huts and the kids and grow the food, make the clothes, raise them, do that, while men, grab some kava juice and some beer and go hunting. Half the time they weren't even hunting, they were just out there drinking. That's why they can't find themselves way around the grocery store. I canceled my dental appointment today because I have a sore throat. Crazy. Well, you got a sore throat, Megs. The crazy thing is that I don't know how much of this sort of throat is just in my head. Now I'm feeling horrible if I passed anything. Well, Megs, definitely I agree with your assessment, which is one, don't go to no damn dentist. You're having some issues. We having issues. You do not want a dentist in your mouth. You don't want no dentist, no stethoscope, none of them cold tools, none of that scrapey thing with the none of that for the plaque. If you ain't brushing teeth, if Jonathan close, somebody can't find the toothpaste, don't go to a dentist. Don't let nobody put nothing in your mouth. Nothing. Did you hear what I said? I said nothing. Don't put anything. I know Americans, they like to put stuff in your mouth. I'm trying to tell you. Treat it like you treat every flu season. That flu season, that little nasty, freaky deaky, all that, nothing. Don't let nobody put nothing in. If you need to go to an appointment or a place where somebody got to put something in your mouth, I ain't going. I just ain't going. Your ear too. Your ear, your butt, your eyes, anything that you got to open and somebody got to put something in, do not go to the foot doctor, the butt doctor. Oh, don't go. Don't go. That's a bad idea. Do not go. That's number one. I agree with your assessment. And two, yeah, the placebo effect is real. We're watching TV, seeing people sick, coughing, whatever else. Then it gets in your head. You feel a tickle in the throat. And the tickle might already been there. But now you're focused on it because that's the way your subconscious works. Your subconscious mind, remember, it takes in everything it sees, right? This is why I don't watch the news. I have not watched more than 2 minutes of cuckoo virus news. I haven't watched it because they're cuckoo. And it'll make you cuckoo. If your conscious will keep going. Your conscience will say, man, I ain't got that. That's crazy. It barely kills anybody. And the people who get it, 80% of the people don't even know that they get it. And your conscious mind will just blow past it. Your subconscious like, we're going to get sick and die. That's the media. That's how it works. It literally programs your subconscious. Your subconscious is just a data-taking device. All it's doing is taking the data in. You sick, you're going to die, you're going to get the cuckoo virus, they're going to kill you. And the media, they're just trying to sell newspapers. They just want people to tune in. Real talk. I agree with your assessment. All right. Ooh, quarantine supervisor. I posted that 11/15/19. Want to add for the quarantine supervisors. Yeah, well, they're quarantining the whole world. All right. Somebody making Christine making sage tea. That sounds delicious. Did they ever find out the cause of the death for the CDC employee that occurred a few years ago? I don't know, Sandra. I don't know anything about it. It sounds vaguely familiar. There's so many theories and conspiracies and realities and doctors being killed and it's so much. I don't know. But I do know this. We live in a world where no good deed goes unpunished. Somebody in the CDC died, they saw something, read something, got a paper, something, whatever, and they didn't figure out how to bribe. They didn't know how to pull an Epstein where they could just disappear and nobody would kill them. If you got secret papers, you whistleblower, you think about whistle blowing, need to make sure you got an insurance policy. You need to hide something and make sure that you can release it. Did you see Bernie saying under his coronavirus vaccine will be free? Oh, so Bernie's gonna give it away free? Yeah, that's what Bernie gonna do, and the people will clap for it. Same way the Trump people have clapped for it, like he's fighting the deep state, working with the deep state. Same way to Bernie, oh, it's gonna be free, Bernie, 2020, free vaccines for everybody. I'm like, we all gonna die. We just gonna die. They just gonna kill us. They ain't even gotta try. Make it hard for your masters. Like, make it hard. Try. You can try to make it hard for them. Don't make it so easy. All they gotta do is say the word. This is why they made identity politics, because people run with that identity, Susan. The minute somebody, oh, Bernie said it came right from Jesus Christ. Trump says that, oh, God didn't said it himself. They don't even question none of it. And that's the thing about my patriot friends and my nationalist friends. We is all friends from back in the day. Human sovereignty, stop the banks, free the American people, restore the public. And now they're like, no, we love the nation. We love nationalism. We know humans aren't sovereign, the nation is sovereign. Sovereign banks for everybody. Central banking. Yes, the Zionists are good people oppressing the Jews. Yes, this is a good idea. All they got to do is just have somebody say so. That doesn't surprise me. You'll have Bernie voters lining up to get that vaccine. They can have mine, they can have my next one, and they can have the one after that, because I ain't putting that mess in me. That was Orson Welles, War of the Worlds. Okay, Patricia House, I called him Orwell. Orwell did what, 1984? War of the Worlds. And that's the whole point on War of the Worlds. If on accident you can make people think that the aliens are invading on the radio in a time where people don't even believe aliens exist, you can do magic today with these magic boxes. Finland is still good. I'm glad to hear that, Christine. Well, Finland's not fighting America with nothing. Y'all not on the list. See, Christine, y'all got to get on the list. If you ain't on the list, you're not getting the cuckoo flu. You on the list. You on the list, you're gonna get the cuckoo flu. And probably why America locked down is because they didn't realize Russia and China and Iran and all the rest of them figured the jig is up. And they don't want y'all bringing the booger flu over here. They got the cuckoo flu over here, and the Russians about to release the booger flu over here. Get the Americans in the house, lock them down. Because now the people, they didn't figured it out. How many State politicians actually said live in public that America is behind the cuckoo virus. Multiple ones. Watch that video. All right, JFK, and they killed him. Exactly, Susan. They killed JFK for a lot less. I don't expect the American politicians to fight it. I don't expect them to do anything. We don't have any heroes. We got to save us. I'm considered high risk. I put off my dentist appointments last year. Now appointments are scheduled this month. Oh, okay. You're high risk. If you are high risk because you put your appointments off for a few months, I am a damn apocalypse walking dead, death, day of the dead, death reaper. I ain't seen no doc. I haven't seen a doctor in over 10 years. I fired that joker. I don't have nothing to do with him in this synthetic world. My doctor is coughing up. You gonna invite Trump? Don't invite Trump over here, Christine. Don't invite no Obama neither. Grand Rising, everybody. Good morning, Hillary. I'm just getting caught up in comments. Kennedy was. Yeah, well, Kennedy tried to help the people and they killed him. Let me see. Dude, there hasn't been a ton of child porn trafficking arrests. He is signed EOs, executive orders targeting them. That much is true. See, that's the problem with Patricia Hauser. She is a domestic terrorist saying truthful things on the internet. He has not fought the deep state at all. He's increased the police state. You are not fighting the deep state by increasing the police state. It was a 1-2 punch. Obama made more prisons and Trump made more police. He literally got right behind Obama. They agree on everything from the war state to the police state to big pharmaceutical companies, massive doses of forcing vaccines on people, eminent domain. They agree on everything against the Bill of Rights. They all do. But I know if you're a Trump supporter, you don't believe that. You just blue screen. If you're an Obama supporter, you just blue screen. None of that made any sense to you. I think because you watch the news too much. I think the news brainwashes people. All right. Oh, y'all. Okay, Sandra. Hillary answered. Talking about Timothy, the man that was found in the Chattahoochee for being overspoken about the flu virus, the flu vaccine. Oh, no, I didn't. I think I remember that, Hillary and Sandra. That was the doctor. Wasn't that like in Jersey or something, or New York? They found him in the lake or river or something like that. Yeah, when people stop dying in the CDC, when doctors stop dying, then I think healing is a possibility. But as long as you got big pharmaceutical companies that make big billions of dollars from this stuff, I have no interest in the synthetic lifestyle or any of their synthetic drugs. If I need it to save my life, I'll get down with it. If I do not need it to save my life, they can shove it up there, whatever, because they kill people trying to help people. The rest of the world survives just fine without toilet paper. Isn't that right, Deborah Chandler? Don't say that to the Americans. They're going to die without toilet paper. They don't even know what the hell to do. Did y'all see that post from the one guy? What did he say? He said, we're supposed to, the grocery store's closed. We got to go find our own food. And he said something like, what did he say? He doesn't even know where Doritos live. He said, I don't know where Doritos grow. So, I don't know where Doritos live. Like, we're supposed to go hunt for our food and the grocery store's closed. That's what he said. So I don't even know where Doritos live. Oh, we all gonna die. And I'm right in America. I'll be one of the first ones. These zombies get walking in the street. That's why it's always a zombie apocalypse, when you're dealing with foolish people who have no idea where their food comes from. They don't know where it comes from. They don't know if it grows, if it comes off the back of a pig or a donkey. But they know it's in your house, in your cabinet. That's where they're gonna go. The easiest place. It's just like if you're a doomsday prepper and all your food is in your freezer, your refrigerator, and your cabinet. You just, one day you're gonna come home, you're not gonna be prepping no more. You're not gonna be prepping no more. You're not. Because if you put all your food where I put my food, where the starving people down the street put their food, then when they break in your house, it's only gonna take them 2 minutes. They don't need a lot of time. They know exactly where to go. Hey, if you ain't got no can of beans under your bed and the cabinet somewhere obscure behind the cuckoo clock or under the carpet, rug, mattress, something like that, you're not really prepping. If you put it right where we know where it's supposed to be, right? Yeah. So I make my eyes big like that. You're supposed to be thinking. You're not prepping if you put your food where I put mine. Because all I got to do is know where your living room is at versus the kitchen. I know right where I need to go. All right, more people in Yemen died from the famine this year than the cuckoo flu, which is why, Susan, I don't care nothing about their cuckoo flu. One, they're not saying the truth. They're not letting everybody in on all the details. And two, more people are dying around the world on our projects. So I'm not really worried. If you are killing people in Yemen right now in a famine, I have no interest in what you got to say about the cuckoo flu, cancer, leukemia, Alzheimer's, children, anything involving human life. If you are willing to murder little babies in Yemen and let them starve to death, I don't care what you got to say about oxygen. Honestly, I don't. I don't do no politics. The only politics that I even pay slight attention to is like state level and below. Short of that, federal, ignorant, for-profit corporation, it needs to die. It needs to go the hell away. I don't know why y'all vote for people who do stuff like that. We're so intertwined with the Internet of Things. We are, Lori. We are inevitably support the evil, sadly. Yeah, Lori, where they build a society where everybody has to support the evil. You don't have a choice. If you live in the West, you live in a NATO allied country, you're in support of all this nonsense. Would have to live completely self-sufficiently. Right, and no one lives self-sufficiently, Lori, because they banned off-grid living. All right. Sounds like a plan Girardi and Day. Well, Rebecca, I'm not sure that I'm like a great organizer. I'm not sure that I'm a great I'm not organized. I'm not sure I'm a great organizer. I kind of want somebody to organize. I'll support it. I'll promote it. I just think we need to start having, well, going back to my activist days, right? We need to have a solid message and a solid, this is where we need to go. Right, a thing that we want from social media, whether it's Facebook or any of the others. This is what we want. We require free speech. Or you can make it small. Sometimes they'll jump the baby hops. They won't go anything big. We demand free speech in all war zones or third world countries. In all of those places where there's war, you can't block any post, any messages, anything that's coming out. You can't ban anybody. You can't delete any channels of anybody who lives in a war zone. Like, we'd have to push back that pendulum from the other direction. The reason why we're here with Facebook and the rest of these ignorant people is because the government pushed that pendulum because a lot of people believe Russia influenced their elections on social media. That was a play that most of us saw coming a mile away, but the dummies went for it. Oh, Russia affect the election. So now social media is shutting up people in war zones, women being raped in the Congo in these big towns that are controlled by warlords with American weapons, right? We have to have a very solid message, because when you get these things together, they have a way of going awry, off topic, off message. You know, politicians jump in, they want to make it about them. The Democrats want to make it, the Republicans, everybody will try to make it about them and their identity. Like, we have to decide that ahead of time. Like, what are the problems with free speech online? And if the problem is, you know, that we need a mandate, they need to update their policy, or or like the whole community standard nonsense, right? Like, when you ban or block a post, we need to know specifically exactly what was violated and where. So if we got a message like that, I'm all down for it. And we pick a day, Thursday or something. We say, okay, nobody's gonna log on to these particular websites on Thursday because they don't allow humanity to have free speech. I get the whole, they're a private corporation, absolutely. They have a right to post anything they want, kick anyone out their cafe at any time. I agree with all of that. But at some point in time, we have to be a human race and say people who are voiceless are more important than your profits. And we will hurt you if you don't give people the ability to speak who need to speak. Like me, I don't need to speak. I don't really need to speak. I don't need nothing. I don't really care about me, but I care about my neighbors. I care about poor people. I care about, you know, little kids in other countries that don't have food. I don't need anything. I speak up for the poor people in this country that are right now contemplating taking a gun and robbing to get food because their job was shut down by this ignorant government that created the situation that made them poor and live in an apocalypse before this apocalypse, that are making it worse now by shutting everything down. I'll speak up for them all day. I have nothing to speak up for. It's not that I need. I'm blessed enough. There's nothing I need, nothing really much I want. But we have to stand up for them. So we need a very solid message, I think, and then pick a day. And I'm all for it. I have no problem not logging on Facebook, posting anything. And I think if Facebook feels just a 1%, 2% hit, and we get that going viral, they'll change their policy. I guarantee they'll change it, because no one's pushing back from the other direction. NATO and the global alliance are pushing from their perspective that all NATO wars are good. Anyone who gets killed, murdered, sex trafficked, raped, or genocide it's collateral damage, and you can't say anything against that, especially the people in those countries. So if we can do that, I'm all for it. But somebody has to organize it. I'm not much of an organizer. I'm working on something else. I can't tell you the project I'm working on. I'm always working on something. I'm trying to take my time off of, not really time off. Like, they can say people don't go to work. I got tons of work to do. But I'm actually writing a little software this week. You're suggesting boycott like the ungovernables. Well, the ungovernables are right, Lori. They're ungovernable. You shouldn't be governable. Nobody should be governable. Once you're past the age of 17, you should not be governable. Once you're past the age of 17, you need to be giving everybody who wants to claim an author of rights over you, who claims to be your authority, you should be giving all of them a hard time. So yeah, they're spot on. That's Deb, Danelle, that's Deb and them. I haven't been like watching and following, but hopefully they are. We need to boycott everything. Remember I got in trouble over that post, Lori, about the Chick-fil-A? I don't know if you remember that. I posted something about Chick-fil-A. I was like, I kind of want to play with guns and go to church, read the Bible, go to one of my gay friends' marriage, while after eating some Chick-fil-A nuggets or something, blah, 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 blah. Because I'm always stirring the pot when I can. And one of these guys from the LGBT community, he came for me. He was upset. Oh, he did. You're supposed to be not eating Chick-fil-A. I'm like, seriously? You know, so I'm gonna go to Burger King and get something out of a plastic mug that comes from Rockefeller oil and petroleum and fracking. All these corporations are dirty. All these big corporations are corrupt and dirty. I'm not picking and choosing who I'm boycotting. So I agree with the ungovernables. Everything, that's the only thing they feel is a boycott. They don't feel nothing else. They don't feel your words, your crying, your voting. They don't care nothing about that. All they care about is the bottom line. The bottom line is how their world works. They can buy every politician, they can buy all the laws, they can buy all the truth, they can buy the media. As long as they can buy things, they're good. You hit them in the bottom line, you might see a hiccup. I think they will. I think that Zuckerberg would back down. I think Facebook would back down. You know, but we got to hit him with something specific, that you can't block pictures of children who are being oppressed or bombed or starving. You can't block it for something. What was their little ignorant thing on that? Oh, it's child nudity. The baby was like 5? Oh, it's child nudity. You can see a nipple. The baby was 5. At 5, you ain't even got much of a nipple. And not only that, there was no food in that baby's body. All you saw was ribs. That was very clearly a foul, dirty, NATO, Nazi, evil, dark energy, satanic, antichrist act to block that picture. That pissed me off. That got me. Lord, I was almost done this weekend. My friends pulled me back when I was going to delete I came within this close of just deleting my Facebook. I feel like I'm supporting criminals, you know, and I don't think they are. I don't think they're, I just think we haven't pushed back. I think they're just a company. I think they're just a company that wants to make money and sell advertising, and when government's pushing on them, they capitulate. And we haven't pushed back, you know, because they've got great software at Facebook. Aren't public schools closed for spring break anyway? I don't know. Well, they doubled up, Rebecca. Schools are all closed here for like 2 weeks. Some of the colleges longer. I just heard from a friend in Canada, they're closed till April. Guess that was silly. I call it artificial sentiment. Okay, I'm not sure. That's we way back in the conversation. Boycotts take huge numbers. They do, Lori, which is why they got to be organized. Because if they're organized and the people who started got a very firm message, it'll go well. You can get the numbers. The numbers aren't hard. When you live in a time like these, people care about you. Like, this is why the Trump people are flipping out. The Trump people flip out because they hate sex trafficking. They hate the idea that kids are being abused. They hate that, right? We're passionate for children. We're all human beings. At the end of the day, most of us are very good people. And so we'll latch on to anything that looks like it's protecting and saving children. That's how our government gets us into war. Oh, they're gassing kids. And we're like, stop them. And we don't think that, well, now that they gassed 17 kids on TV and it was American gas, but now we're gonna go bomb 72,000 kids or 7,200 kids in a war to save the 17 kids that you can't save because they're already gassed by American gas. They get played. So the numbers aren't the problem. If your message is solid, you'll always get the numbers, right? It's like advertising. If it's on TV, don't eat it, okay? If it has an advertisement, if somebody has to sell it to you, then you don't need it. Word of mouth sells. Alone, if you've got a solid message, it'll work. But I think we need a solid message because when the numbers come, they'll shift the agenda. Everyone takes their identity and they try to make it about them. So it has to be understood from beginning to end. This is what we're doing and this is why we're doing it. And we'll stop boycotting when you do this. Make it very clear. I used to protest all the time and people will honk their horns. They love that you protest. Get out there, show that government. Show them. They'll hit the horn and keep driving. I do it too. I love to see people protest, but I have no idea what they're protesting. So it has to be very solid. And I think that's one thing they can fit. I think most people could stay off of certain social media sites for one day and give more attention to the media sites that are for free speech to people who are being oppressed and abused. I think we could do that. I think that'll work. Y'all stop creating them realities. They create realities, Rebecca. I can't stop. I create this reality right now. Let me get rid of Wanda. Right now, I'm on a green screen and I'm in the ghost town because that's what America looks like now. It's a ghost town. Ain't nobody out there on the streets. They were in traffic this morning, but ain't nobody out there now. It's quiet. Well, it is a little freaky here, Rebecca. I hear sirens. Anybody else hearing sirens? Is that just me? Am I going crazy? Like, no, Gerard, you ain't going crazy. You already crazy. I hear sirens like every 10, 15 minutes. It's weird. I've never heard, like you hear a siren once a day, once every other day, something like that. I hear sirens like every 15, 20 minutes. And I don't know what that is. Maybe things are falling apart, just not where I'm at. Maybe I just live in a reality where things are great. All right, down some comments and I'm gonna get out of here. I don't have slavery today, but I got a slave. That's what I mean. You don't have to have a job to do work. I always got work to do. It doesn't matter what the government want to do. It doesn't matter if they want to give a new currency, roll out a new banking system or whatever. It doesn't really matter what they want to do. I got work to do. Humans work creative things. Even if I didn't have work to do, I'd still be doing something. We're not like lazy. No human beings are lazy. We are all looking for things to create and do. That combats that whole, oh, well, if you get rid of jobs, people will just be lazy, they won't do anything. No. They might do that for a minute. I mean, you get rid of jobs tomorrow. On the other side of this, people realize that these jobs are all unneeded and start freeing people and just give them food and houses and income so they can just live their lives. Yeah, it'll be slow at first. It'll be slow. Right? Initially, people are like, all right, slavery was a long time, y'all. We didn't had slavery, what, 3,000 years? We didn't had the Babylonian, Roman slavery and economic systems and currency and central banking for the last couple hundred years. That hurt. That's a lot of slavery. Yeah, for the first year or so after we get rid of the slavery called job and career, yeah, people be a little late. They need a rest. The backs hurt, the legs hurt, the knees got problems, ankles and stuff. You give people a little time to rest and like, whew, oh, that hurt. Oh my goodness. And then they get up and start making things. They get up, people, we always got to be moving and creating things. That's just what we are. If there is a divine entity that's purpose was to lead humans to the light, wouldn't it know that people would need many different little G gods they could identify through their culture? Ooh, Susan, are you on to something? Oh, we vibrating on that same wavelength. So getting back to that whole point, you do need many gods. You can't bring a white god to the black people. Have you heard black people? You can't bring a black god to the white people. Have you heard white people? You can't bring a Chinese god to the Latins. Have you seen the Latins? You can't bring a Latin god to the Chinese, right? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, it's almost as dumb as bringing a man god to the women or a women god to the men. You see how that works? Like, it's stupid. It's dumb. You know, God, whatever God is, it's this all omnipotent in everything, Planck energy, quantum, God, cellular thing within everybody. Everybody. And that was the whole fight against the Gnosticism, right? They taught that God is within you. God knows it has to appear in different form. It has to appear in a form that you're going to follow, that you're going to listen to. God has to look like you. If God doesn't look like you, talk like you, in your language with a name like you, you won't follow it, right? That's why you got Thoth, who was the Greek god. What was his name in Greece? He was Thoth in Egypt. Was he Thor in the Greek gods? They say he was Quetzalcoatl when he went to the Mayans. The gods have to come in your image. If the gods don't come in your image, then it didn't create you. Look at the Nazis. The god had to look like the people of the time that were popular over there. Tall, blonde head, and blue eyes, which is crazy because Hitler was like short, pale, and black hair, which is why I know it was the Vril and some aliens that worked with that brother and helped him out. Outside of the fact Werner von Braun and a few other scientists told you that they got help that wasn't from here. God has to come in your image. That's why I don't think it matters who your God is. All that matters is you believe. Your God is going to, whatever God is that's in everybody, it's going to come in and appear as something that you will follow to lead you to the light. The light of you actually manifest your own realities. And if you don't love everybody, if you don't follow a natural law, look out for everybody, peaceful, be peaceful at all times. Don't support any of this violence, negativity, aggression, negative, stupidity stuff. Bad things happen. I think it's very, very simple. But yeah, God has to come in a package that you'll accept and look like you. Absolutely. Totally agree. So I don't think it matters who your God is. Big G God isn't part of the authority myth. Whatever God is, Beaufont, it doesn't do authority. I don't know what it is. I have no idea what it is, but it does not do authority. It has no interest in anybody having any control of anybody. See, really, religion is all about authority. It's all about taking a God that looks like you, sounds like you, that somebody changed the name of. Remember they did that all throughout the scriptures? To give it a name, to cultural appropriate it for the people that the king wants to dominate. It was always for authority. That's all it is. It's to force other people to do what they don't want to do. I think religion is a gateway drug for spirituality, to finding the light. But stopping at religion, you will stay in darkness the whole time, because the kings and lords are modified. So yeah, I believe in all the Indian gods. I think they're all gods. I think whatever God, you can make up your own God. You need to make up your own God. You need to go out there and find out what you believe in and make up a God. But follow the teachings of the natural law. Love your neighbor, bring them food. When everybody stole it out the grocery store, bring them toilet paper. Ain't none in the grocery store and you done took more rolls than you supposed to. Don't covet thy neighbor's prepper stocks, right? Like do all the things that fit within natural law and all the beginnings, the roots of all those religions, and great things happen. Whether your God is a monkey, fire, water, the river, a bear, it doesn't matter. And what matters is you. You're the difference. Do you believe? If you believe your headache medicine will heal you, it'll heal you. Your headache's gonna go away. Placebo effect. If you don't believe, it's useless. Ain't gonna work. I can't believe I said vaccines are safe and effective. But I think they are, because it's you. You are the God. You are the powerful creature. It's your belief system determines what happens to you. If you think you're gonna get the cocoa flu, you're gonna be like Megs with a scratchy throat. But this is where the people you spend time with the most can influence you very, very significantly. Be very careful of the people you spend time with. Isn't that crazy, Kim Jackson? I just saw that. That blew me away. First person who said that, I thought they was crazy as hell, Kim Jackson. They're like, oh, you got a headache? Just drink some water. I'm like, shut the hell up. You have no idea what you're talking about. You crazy. What's wrong with you? Headaches and medicines don't even go together. Like, what are you even talking about, man? Come on. Where's my Tylenol? And then Kim, for whatever reason, I started drinking water when I got a headache and my headache went away. I couldn't believe it. My whole world changed. I blue screened. I was like, no, pharmaceutical companies make headaches go away. No, you need a pill. You gotta take a pill. I was an addict. Oh, I was such a drug addict. I took all the drugs they needed me to, the Advil and everything else. And once you start to realize that's not how the human body works, that we're biological creatures and these companies been making and lying about this stuff for a long time, just try it and you see what happens. Finally catching up with everybody here on YouTube. Yay, good morning, Ivana. All right. Dane Wigington also stated, It is a bioweapon. Cuckoo virus has HIV components. I don't know. Well, that's pretty deep, Rebecca. I don't know about that. Maybe Dane does. I trust Dane when it comes to geoengineering. Makes a whole lot of sense. He makes sense, common sense, plausible about the bioweapons. We've been making bioweapons. Even in that post by Kim Iverson, she went through all the bioweapons we've made and released in time. We always release bioweapons when it's profitable. It's just what we do. I don't know about the HIV components. They got AZT for that AIDS drug, and they got the vaccine that they're sitting on for HIV. I don't know. I kind of think that if they got, that's a scary word for the time. It's a very scary word for the past, and it scares people. So it's a profitable word. Whatever it is, like, it doesn't matter if it's HIV. The point is, we use bioweapons. That's the point. We still make bioweapons and we still use them. So if one didn't get released, it will. If we didn't use it, we will. But my thoughts on it, I think that this is all just about profit. I think it's all a false flag. I think it is a planned demic. All flus apply. The Spanish flu was a pandemic. How was the Spanish flu a pandemic? Well, it came from Alabama. It wasn't supposed to be in Spain. We took it to Spain for a war. And once we got there, we lied about it, town to town, state to state, or country to country, based on whether the bad guys were there or not. We made it spread. We help it. Pandemics, flus only become pandemics if we help them. So that's false flag from top to bottom. It's faked. It's a planned demic. Through our ignorance or directly through some sort of plan, these things are cultivated. I juiced a wonderful drink on the over the weekend. Got some ginger to add. Good, Sandra. That ginger add a little spice to it. Raw as possible. Funny, I didn't see chemtrails for a long time. Well, Christine, I haven't seen him for a while. He's like, poof, they got other things to do. Well, people in the house know you spraying them with nano dust and black goo. And what's the other thing? They got coal ash and lithium. Well, everything else that they're spraying out them airplane. Ain't no reason to spray it if people locked in at home. They can't go to the park, can't go to the zoo. Everything's shut down. All the big events are closed. It's pointless. It's just laying on the ground. You needed to go in people's lungs and cause some problems so they'll buy some drugs and capitulate to anything that the government needs them to do because it weakens them in their immune system. I don't know. It's a theory. It might be totally wrong. I don't really care. It's all still based in governments can't have any secrets. I'll believe every single theory every single day. As long as governments have secrets, I will never be in support with a government with secrecy. All the Cold Wars are over. We have no reason for secrecy anymore. People need to know what's true at all times, or they all need to stop voting. A lot of holistic healing was happening in Italy. Oh, was it, Diana? And that would make some sense too. If you got holistic healers, pharmaceutical companies don't like that. That's a good reason to release some sort of problem and get rid of the holistic healers, or just shut them down. Or make people sick so they'll take the vaccines and put some in the vaccines the same way they did in Latin America and Africa. Makes sense, we did it before. No cash anymore, only chip money. I love that, Christine. We have no reason for cash. It doesn't exist anymore. The fact that you got a UFO flying around on TV and they're saying that is an anti-gravity device that's flying around, they released a patent, there's no reason for anybody to be at work, there's no reason for money to exist anymore. Oil, what they call oil, Christine? Oil was, they call it an energy slave. I think that's what, look up energy slave. They called it energy slave. So oil was an energy slave. It replaced endless people or hundreds of thousands of people from useless labor. The free energy that's in that craft, that TR3B that they released a patent for, that's flying around that everybody's seeing, that's free energy. That's total release of the entire human population from slavery. We need to do that. You get rid of that money, violence is going to go away. Crime goes away, rape goes away, war goes away, because all of those things are all about scarcity. You get rid of scarcity, you heal the problems of humans. Hopefully on the other side of that, people see this and they realize that we don't need all these people that are working. We need to free them, let them go home and color, make paints and music, do something that makes them happy. Yes, I agree, G, the virus is the scapegoat for market collapse and installation of world government. Makes sense, Deborah Chandler, and somebody said that too. It's not like oh, Deborah and Gerard just pulled it out their butt. No, it actually, somebody else pulled it out his butt. Let me see, this butt right here. There's another butt right here. There's two butts right here. He had two butts that pulled it out right there. This is David Rockefeller. What did he say? We're on the verge of global transformation. All we need is the right major crisis, and the nations will accept the new world order. He told you right there. He didn't even hide it. Thug life, look at him. You think thugs live in inner cities and wear big boots. No, they don't. Thugs got ties, suits, Gucci Amarada shirts, and $4,000 shoes. And here's another one. Paul Warburg told you too. We will have a world government, whether you like it or not. The question is whether or not the government will be achieved by conquest or consent. That's it. Your only choices. You either accept it and go with it, or we kill you and go with it. Like, that's the resolve of capital. That's the resolve of having a capital-based system where everybody needs it and you die from not having it. That's just reality, Deborah Chandler, but you say that out loud too loud. People think you're crazy. Your problem, Deborah Chandler, you're a domestic terrorist. You read books. You read books and you pay attention to Africa and other countries, and you realize that the play there is the same way that they're playing people over there, they're playing people over here. All right. All right, I'm gonna try to get down to the bottom of the comments and I'm gonna go. That's how this is gonna work. That's how I know y'all sick of hearing this monkey talk, and I'm done. I'm gonna go down to the bottom of the comments. When the comments stop, that's when I'm gonna be out. I do got work to do, but I don't have slavery today. And I believe 5G is adding plenty of sickness and will provide crowd control. Exactly, Deborah Chandler, because that's what 4G did. 4G debilitated the immune system, caused DNA damage, so we know 5G makes everything worse. But Big Pharma would love 5G. The military-industrial complex will love it because Raytheon made it for crowd control, which means the police state will love it. That's why we can't have any 5G at all, period. End of story. Besides, 4G caused cancer. Rolling out 5G is treason. It's something called democide. It's when your government kills its people. There's no question that 4G killed people. Doctors have said it in that hearing in Michigan, so we know 5G is going to kill more people. It's a money and power grab by the predator class of some kind. I agree with that, Megs. I think it's about banking and currency collapse. The only crisis before all of this started, before they got the fake crisis, was economic systems and currency. Totally agree. Whatever the cause, we're going to be white knuckling it. Yes, Deborah Chandler, and hopefully people will white knuckle it, grow up, bootstrap it. You know, whatever it is, it'll send us back into. It's either going to send us back to the caveman days, or it's going to send us back to being communities that work together. Got to prep for supply chain collapse. Most of our local stores don't think they can get replenished for 3 weeks. Yeah, Beaufont. You know what? It probably is time for so I'm planting seeds. I'm getting ready. The good thing is this happened in spring. I'm getting ready from that perspective, but also I wonder about rationing. Your thoughts on rationing? What do y'all think about rationing? Is anybody rationing, or are we doing the same Bumerican thing? I call them Bumericans. Bumericans. That's what my kids, they're gonna get thrown out of school. They're gonna get in so much trouble. They listen to me. I tell them don't listen to me. I said, you listen to me after school is over. I don't call us Americans. I used to call them Bumericans. Because we'd be in the grocery store in line, you see people buying soda and sugar and candy and cocoa and ho-ho cakes and stuff. Should we be rationing? Should we be cutting back on our American stuff? Like, I like frozen pizzas. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not here to lie to you. I eat frozen pizzas and I probably should not. I eat less. I drink a lot of smoothies. I eat as much raw as I can, but sometimes I got a lot of work to do in slavery and I only have time for a pizza. So what I used to do, I used to eat the whole pizza Beaufont. I'd eat the whole damn thing. I was an American, a big American. Gluttony, you know? And now I don't. What I'll do is I'll break the pizza in half. I'll eat half of it. I'm thinking now, though, because we got this pandemic and everything to help the cuckoo virus grow is in that pizza, the GMO, the bread, the pesticides on the crop, all of it. Oh, I think I got organic. These are organic pizzas now. But not too much pesticides. They still got pesticides. They still don't believe that organic nonsense. They still got it. It's probably better than non-organic. But it's still got it, I'm pretty sure. I think I'm gonna cut that in quarters, Beaufont. I think I'm gonna cut it in quarters. Drink more smoothie, eat more salad, eat less frozen pizza. But are you rationing? Should we be rationing? Should we be preparing for the bad times? I think we should. I think we should. I asked y'all the question, but I think we should. I know I'm too big. I don't know about y'all. I don't know what I know I need to eat less. I do know this. I know this. I don't need nobody to tell me, Bofon. I don't need nobody to tell me. I got, you know what? I'm happy because I fit about 4 pair of pants. Like I said before, it was a great Christmas. It was a great Christmas. It was a great Thanksgiving from a food perspective for the Hay family. I ate too damn much. And so I'm just now in 4 pairs of pants, and I'm hoping by spring I fit all my pants. And we'll be good to go. But I think I could probably fit them faster if I start rationing. Maybe we need to prep from that perspective, you know, because you gotta look out for your neighbors too. Not only do we need to be healthier, we might need to run from zombies later. We need less cellulose and chubby things hanging on, slowing us down. But also, the less we eat, the more we got for other people. That's how we survive as a community. You make your own pizza from scratch pretty easily, Gerard. Thank you, Hey Han. Thank you. Thank you. I know that. I know. But that's slavery. That's hard. I do that sometimes. I get my sons, we'll get the pizza and the organic spaghetti sauce, and we'll make our own sometimes. But when I'm at slavery, I only got a minute. I put my cotton bag down, and I got to run and make something real quick. But you're right. You're right, Hey hun. I know, you're right. You calling me on my junk. That's what you're supposed to do to people that you love. Call them on their junk. You're right. I do need to take a little more time, and I'm going to think about that. But I agree with both of them. I think that we need to prepare for a supply chain collapse. It's better to do it, lose weight, not need it, get healthy, and then on 2 weeks we're all just laughing. It's better to do that than to not be prepared. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Absolutely solid information. Deborah, there's an Indian Ayurvedic medicine against the Lyme disease. I think that's true, Christine. Lyme disease has been here for a long time. I think. It might not be true, Christine. Hold on, wait a minute. Wasn't that? This is Susan. This is your state. This is your corrupt, dirty bastards. That came out of New York, though. Isn't there? What happened? Don't y'all have? It's Jersey, right? Is Jersey the state that has that politician who has legislation or trying to push legislation to force the federal government to talk about the origin of the Lyme disease? That a lot of people think this one came from a bioweapons lab too. But that something is out there that heals the Lyme disease, it doesn't surprise me, Christine, because every disease that we have, pretty much all the bacteria that's out there create diseases. Our bodies learned how to beat that stuff long ago. And Lyme disease, even though they wouldn't make it in a bioweapons lab out of New York on that island, is that where they say it came from? Even if they did do that, it started with the base level bacteria from whatever was in nature. So our bodies may have already learned how to fight that. We just stop eating the things that's in that Ayurvedic medicine that helps our body to fight it. So that makes sense to me. Any pasta folks have? Seal it up. Lots of folks have mites and some kind of small bugs invading and ruining pasta. I know, Rebecca, and I got that problem. I don't know how to do that. I have no idea how to prep with rice and pasta. I have no idea. No matter what, maybe it's where I live. No matter what I do, them little bugs get in there. It's like the eggs are in there, and if it just sits in the cabinet for more than 4 or 5 months, I find like you can see like the little gritty stuff at the bottom, and I can tell that the bugs in there eating it. Even packages I never even opened. So it probably isn't where I live. They're probably not, because even stuff I don't open, it actually still in there. And that's what I can't figure out. Is like even herbs, like some herbs in the seasoned packets that I never even opened. They sat in the cabinet for a year and they were eaten. And I wonder what's that about. It's probably eggs that bugs lay on there. Or it's our government. It's the government putting stuff, or it's the food packaging companies. Like everything to me is disaster capitalism. It makes sense. Why would they sell you pasta that you can keep on your shelf for 10 years? That's stupid. That's dumb. That's a bad business model, right? You need people to keep rebuying pasta. Otherwise they can buy a bunch of pasta. They don't have to buy no more. You would let the bugs lay some eggs so that they'll buy more. It's just capitalism. It's how it works. Or you just don't treat or do anything with the pasta so it doesn't have them. And you understand, anybody that buys 20 bags of it and they don't eat all 20 bags, they gotta buy more. Planned obsolescence. But I got that problem too, Rebecca. I don't know how to do that. But I know how to grow food, so I'm good to go with that. Now they should go to pubs. Yes, Christine, everybody in America should go to pubs, get some drinks. Wegmans, you mentioned, Sandra, they got pubs too. The people need to get drink. They need to calm down. They right need to calm down. That's why every 9 posts is a joke with me. And then I'll post something serious on the 10th one. And there's going to be 9 more jokes. People need to stop taking the pandemic so seriously. Stay focused, stay calm. We don't actually know what's going on. Treat it like you do every flu season, but don't like feed into the pandemonium. Wegmans, I like that grocery store and shop there while living in Northern Virginia. Yeah, they do got a nice one in Northern Virginia, Sandra. Where is that in, I want to say it's Alexandria somewhere. My brother and I went over there once. I like Wegmans, I do, but the top of their shelves are empty. Nature's the best medicine. Sandra, I think nature's the only medicine. I think all medicine comes from nature. And everything made in these laboratories, they're just chemicals, they're synthetic things. They can save our lives at the right time, but we don't make big pharma use them in that way. We let them use them for everything because we're an oligarchy and they bought the government and we still consent to the nonsense. In my village, luckily, no crazy people, no difference in the shopping supply. That's good to hear, Christine. You know, my neighborhood's not bad. Like, you can tell there's some empty shelves, but it's not like bad. The people are still nice. But what I was thinking about, Christine, because I talked to my sister last night, think about the poor neighborhoods, right? Like, I know I'm fine. I'm all right. I'm privileged. That's why I don't speak up for myself, because I don't need to. I don't have everything I want. Sure, I want more things, but I feel stupid like talking about what I want, and there are people 20 miles away that don't have things that they need. I think in the poor neighborhoods, like, I'm curious, Christine, what's happening in the poor neighborhoods. I'm curious about the ghettos and the barrios and the people like the old retirement communities. I'm curious about what their grocery stores look like. Lots of folks are starting to join me daily in bike rides, community coming together. Rebecca Costello, thank you for that. Thank you. And make sure that that cat is locked up because they had chased the hell out of somebody on a bike. Ooh, did you see the liger? I made a post about the liger, Rebecca Costello. I was about to tag you in it. You love them kitty cats. Had a big old eating machine. The liger, did you see the video on the liger? The liger, the biggest liger in the world, the biggest cat in the world. That gave me an analogy. Let me see if I can find me a picture of the liger. Biggest, it is 900 pounds. The biggest liger, the biggest cat in the world. Let me show y'all this. 900 pounds. 900. No, that's a fake one. That's a Photoshop. This one right here, this is not real. That's not what they look. Unless they done made another one. That's not what they look like. This. These guys, these are the ligers right here. I think his name is Brutus, if I'm not mistaken. The biggest one in the world is 900 pounds. Now, we made these people. Oh, look how pretty that is. Look how beautiful that cat. You know what? Who was it the other day said that the end of the world is near because Gerard is posting cats? No, I love all wildlife. I don't know why y'all think I don't hate cats. I'm just telling you what they are. Okay, they're just psychopathic murderers and killers with fur that get you to love them. No, they're beautiful. They're beautiful, the ligers, but it was 900 pounds. So we make them. Ligers, what are they made from? Here you go, a big one right here. I want to see one next to a person so you can see how really big they are. They're bred between lions and tigers. And actually, the funny thing, I think this one is Florida, if I'm not mistaken. This is yours, Rebecca. 900 pounds. 900 pounds. The damn thing is a tank, a military industrial complex tank. But they'll grow to be 900 pounds. I think his name was Brutus, was the big one. He was feeding them. And I was watching this thing eat these big old, because they were feeding him 25 pounds a day. Tell me if it's fake news, because I posted it. 25 to 30 pounds a day, it eats it. And we make it, right? It's a hybrid. They don't exist in nature. We made them. Man made them. And they don't want to eat 25 pounds a day. Because like you see the chubs underneath them? The guy was explaining it. He said that they don't stop eating. Like they're so big. They have a propensity to be obese. They will eat and eat and eat and eat, just big old massive eating machines. And I thought about the Pentagon. I thought about the other hybrid. I thought about our military industrial complex. I thought about, wow, like we make things that have to feed, right? As long as we have, how's that saying go? As long as As long as the only tool you have is a hammer, then every problem has to look like a nail. And it just sent me down this analogy. Cat did that to me. But it's not surprising that it has a voracious appetite. It'd eat 100 pounds a day if you let it. He said, we can't give it more than 25 pounds a day because it'll be overbeast. If you have a massive military industrial complex with bases all over the planet, 900 bases, if you got a CIA and they need jobs, they need food, you got the FBI, you got this massive war state based in violence and taking the sovereignty of people and claiming the authority of rights, then it's going to get fed. It's going to need to be fed. But it's a GMO thing. It's GMO in terms of it was modified. It's not in its natural form. It doesn't have its base of understanding. It's not being used for defense. It's being used for offense because it's not being regulated. We definitely need to regulate the military industrial complex and the Pentagon the same way these people regulate the ligers. We made it. It is our invention. It is a hybrid. War shouldn't even exist anymore. Here's a good picture right here. Look at this next to the lady. That's the biggest one. That's his name. I forgot his name. That was the video. That's a farm down. I think it's Florida, if I'm not mistaken. You can go see them. They have feeding time where you go. Look how massive that monster is. That's how people look at America. All right, I'm hoping the shutdown teaches some people to be more self-reliant, and that the world is possible. A world is possible where people don't have to slave away all day. Megs, I think it will. I'm pretty sure it will. In my reality, I'm making that my reality. I'm gonna wake up in that reality no matter what anybody else wants. It doesn't matter who your gods are. It only matters what you believe. The placebo effect proved that. So I absolutely know that that's gonna happen. This is gonna be used for a good thing in time. Well, how's that saying go? God or Satan meant it for evil, but God meant it for good. I think inside of us, we are good people. Only are we bad people on apocalyptic Hollywood TV shows. In rough times, people come together. Yes, indeed. Most people here have a garden, which is a great thing, Christine. And increase your garden. Don't grow on what you're growing. I'm increasing the size of mine because we don't know where this is going to go next. We need to make sure we have more food than what we need because we have neighbors. All right. We keep believing government will save us. Lori, people love to believe that. They're so believable. They have televisions and they control the resources, or the people above them control the resources. They do great research on how to control people and scare them into control. Well, Bitcoin worth half what it was a few weeks ago. Great. That's fantastic. So much for saving us. Yeah, well, it wasn't designed to, Patricia Hauser. I try to tell people that. Nobody listens to it. I say things, I don't know if you bought any, but I try to tell people, listen, currency is slavery. It's just a representation of human labor, whether it's digital, cash, or gold and silver. It's a bad idea. As long as you have it and people believe in money, you will have slavery. It's unavoidable. So that's not surprising at all. It's a good thing. I'm sorry if you're invested in it, but you should have took your money out. I'm sorry if you're investing in American dollars, you should take your money out. I'm sorry if you're invested in Wall Street, but you should take your money out. Do not invest in slavery and black markets. Don't invest in human slavery. Why would you want to give those systems more power? Why would you want to give it the fruits of your labor? That makes no sense to me. Well, we need to retire on it. I know, but they taught you to do that. You were taught to do that. You didn't know that. You didn't learn that. They told you that you have to retire on the plantation. You have to retire on blood, sweat, and the life and bombing of other poor people around the world. Take your money out. It seems like some are disappearing to the bunkers. Oh, hell yeah, they are, Kim. I know some of them. Some of my friends, I told you, y'all think I'm playing. I'm not playing, Kim Jackson. I'm not playing. I got friends in bunkers right now. They done got their magazine supplies, they done got their food, the bug out bag. They couldn't wait to go. The same way these people couldn't wait to get the toilet paper out the store. They were waiting for it. We are an apocalyptic porn culture. We couldn't wait. People in the bunkers right now with that face paint from football. They got that black tar like this. They got the ready in their camos. They getting ready to go, baby. You know, and that's why I was laughing this morning. I'm sitting behind somebody doing the makeup in the rearview mirror. We are a special little bunch, the Americans. I never bought the Bitcoin stuff. Lori, neither did I. Digital currency does not matter. It doesn't matter. They own everything. As long as you have slavery ideas, you're going to have slavery. Also, blockchain is a pyramid scheme. Hey, you know what, Laura? You read books. That's the problem. The problem is not read books. That's wrong on that one. You recognize a pattern of economic systems and currency, and you realize that there's a few families who own it all, who created the idea of banking, central banking. And as well, you're not going to block nor chain people who actually write the laws. You're not going to chain nor block them. They will block you and chain you, but you ain't going to block nor chain them. And that's just reality. We have to go to that Captain Kirk Star Trek economy. In fact, that reminded me of something too. Then people come to me and tell me what the news about what's on the news. I've been watching Picard. Y'all should watch Picard on CBS All Access. Y'all should watch that. You ain't got nothing else to do. Your slavery's closed. And I've been watching. I was going back watching Enterprise and the Woman Show, the Woman Star Trek. I'm gonna call it Woman Track from now on. I'm calling it Woman Track. The Star Trek Discovery on CBS. I love it. I'm loving Woman Star. They run everything. They fly the ships. They blow people up. They do the karate kicks. They don't wear the red suit neither. The men got the red suit. They the ones that die all the time. Ensign Yeoman Johnson in the red shirt. He's the one that always dies on Star Trek first. I love it. It's a great show. Oh, fantastic show. The only thing I don't understand is why they gave that beautiful woman as captain of the Discovery. Why they give her a man name? Her name is Michael something. Why they give him a man name? I know Michael, I guess, could be a woman name, but I don't know. Like, I'd rather if her name was Sue. Not a man named Sue, not that Johnny Cash song, but Sue, Margaret, Kimberly, Rebecca. How come she couldn't have a traditional woman name? They had Burnham, Michael Burnham. What kind of name is that, Michael Burnham? Oh, she's fine as hell too, though. I like Woman Trek. Woman Trek is awesome. Y'all should watch that. Anyway, why I say that? Oh yeah, because when people tell me about the cuckoo virus, did you see it on the news? I talked to my mama, my family, my brothers. Oh, they just lost. I love them to death, but they just lost. They watch TV way too damn much. I don't even know what to say no more. They come to me, did you see on the news? And in my mind, I feel like I'm Captain Picard. I'm like, shields, low photon torpedoes with truth. Like they're about to tell me something they saw on the news. I don't watch the news intentionally because I don't want to believe this nonsense. I got to put my shields up anytime somebody wants to tell me something about the cuckoo virus. Oh, I got to tell you, did you see on the news? Shields, put your shields up. All right, you only know that. You only know what I'm talking about if you watch Star Trek. All right, even the rain is my fault according to my cat. I know, Patricia Hauser, because your cat don't love you. You're its slave. You live with it. It controls everything. You leave the house to bring it home some toys. And noble cat owners disagree with that when I say that, Patricia. They think, oh, he doesn't like cats. I've owned 5 cats in my life that I have never owned in my life. Okay? I didn't own them cats. Them cats own me. I didn't clean up their poo, they pee. I did everything that they need, vacuumed up everything. I'd go away, I'd find new toys in the world, bring them home, think it's for me. Get a new TV, got the remote control. This is for me and it's mine. And the cat was like, Cats don't work that way. We are not pack animals. I'm sorry that you had dogs your whole life, stupid man. And you don't understand that we're cats. We are solitary creatures. If you put it down, you don't want it no more. We don't have like a pack thing. It's a you put down thing. The minute you put down your plant, that basil, the remote control, some shoes, a drill, it belongs to the cat. You leave the house, you didn't want the house. And the cat will take it over. You tell him not to jump on his counter, be right on that counter as soon as you leave. While you there, okay, I get it. You here, it's your counter. So I've never owned a cat in my life. The cats own me. So yeah. I don't hate cats. I just know what they are. I've had a whole bunch of them. My favorite was my Manx cat. I had my Manx. I'm not gonna start talking about cats because y'all get mad at me. I'm gonna start saying things that you don't want to hear. Although people have trolled me on that. The cat owner's like, yeah, I know he gonna eat my fingers in my nose and my booty hole, and I don't care. That's my baby. I love my baby. My baby's supposed to eat me. I'm like, all right, well, we good. I got nothing else to say. As long as you know and you good with it, yeah. I kind of want my plants to eat me. I do. And when I die, I need to work on my will because I want to be in the ground and I want my plants taking in my nutrients. I want to be a tree next. That's what I want. All of this bacteria, when my soul, spirit, energy, wave, vibration go to the next dimension, I want this body to be in the ground around some plants and seeds that I planted and I grew. I'm okay with that. I understand that. I totally understand that. I think the woman who patted me down in February was getting off on, ooh, Lori, yes, she was. I bet you she was. Because you know what? Because TSA is a freak department. That's for the freaks. That's for the freaks. Do you think normal people go in U.S. government no more? Hell no. Do you think normal people go into Hollywood anymore? No. People go in there who think that they can get by the psychopaths and the pedophiles in there. That's what who people go there. Normal people don't go there. You think normal people still going in the police department? No. It's stupid people who think that they're going to go in there and make a difference when the whole point of the police department is to be a police state now, because the police departments don't write the laws. The psychopathic politicians do, and they don't care nothing about the babies. They bomb the hell out of them. If you want to be a psychopath, that's what it's attracting. You think did anybody think that people who want to educate children go into education anymore? No. Education is about you ain't got nothing else to do. And you know how to make kids shut up and read a book. You went to school for business, you can't do that, so you just be a teacher and smack them kids around. Department of Education tell you what to do. People like educating children, they like going to daycare. Where they can freely create like their own little storybooks and education and their own lesson plans, not have a federal government looming over their back. So yeah, it's just you create the environment, and that's what it attracts. You got the psychopaths going in the police state. You got people who want to kill people or just poor going in the military. You got people who just want to yell at children going into teaching. And so it makes perfectly good sense. If you create it, they will come. Absolutely. I'm not even sure what we was talking about. What were we talking about? Jeff Burrock, I think the woman patted me. Oh, right, TSA. So yeah, where you think the pedophile men going right now? They can't get a job in government. They can't run as a politician on the federal level. They can't get a job in the Epstein enterprise, although they can, because it's still going. And Democrats and Republicans are keeping it going. And Epstein did not kill himself, nor is he dead. Is they going into TSA? Why? Because now you can pick and choose. You know how they come up with that thing, Lori? Random searches. They put that sign up, random pedophile pat down booty cheeks grabbing searches. You know what, you ever notice? Yeah, I don't know, you a good looking person. You always the random, you got like them nice booty cheeks. You've been going to the gym, get that nice pack on the back working. You don't want to get patted down. Lori, I agree with you. Listen, every man got the same parts for the most part. Most of us do. Got the same parts. And we know where them parts is at, and we don't want to play them parts. When we play basketball, Lori, we kind of stick our butt out, hands like that's the ball and them's balls. That's the ball, them's balls. I need to grab the ball, not the balls, right? And we know where them things is at. We know how to avoid them too, because I don't want to touch nobody sweaty nothing. Nothing. In particular parts, never. We know where them things is at. I done been in that TSA thing. Yeah, sure, take your jacket off. Take my jacket off, get ready. Okay, sir, take your shoes off. I'm taking my shoes off. Sure, can you take your shirt? Oh, whoa, why I gotta take my shirt off, man? And I get ready to go, and then get to just patting down like, dude, you're hitting balls, man. Come on, listen, we ain't playing basketball. That was no accident, Lori. No accident. I've been, like I said, I've been accosted many times in my life, and have always been under authority. Poor people ain't accosted me once. Ain't no poor people never hit my testicles on purpose. Perp-accident. What an accident. It was on purpose. It was a perp-accident. So the pedophiles going to the TSA. Why? Because they know they can touch everybody up. And initially it was people fighting for freedom and justice. G.I. Joe. Initially, yeah, the first police, they're just the kids who wanted to be heroes. Politicians, we need to make a difference. But after a while, and then pedophiles sit back like, ooh, wow, you mean in government I can do anything I want? For real? Wait a minute, you mean tell me if I take money from these industries, lobbying, I can like abuse anybody I want and nobody will believe it because I'm a politician? But shoot, pedophile 2020, they'll run for it. Same thing with the TSA. Oh no, I don't fly, Lori. I like to drive. I done been felt up, accosted, raped, butt scrabbed, cheek squozing. I don't want that no more. Okay? This is my body. No means no. Unless you in the TSA line, then it always means yes. And not only that, they got the pictures now, Lori. They got you naked all over the place, girl. I don't know if you know that. That scanner, that 3D scanner thing, it shows skin actually. It shows hair. It shows every little curve in the booty cheeks and everything that you trying to keep quiet. The Jesus told you nobody's supposed to have in pictures other than the husband. They got naked pictures of everybody. Everybody. Them freaks and just freaks in TSA. If you want free porn, you ain't got to go online. You ain't got to go to what is it? Hamster X and Hustle X and all of them sites. You ain't got to go there. You ain't got to go to Tinder. All you got to do is go to TSA. Sit right down there. Sit behind that screen. Why do you think that people don't need to leave the screen? Last time I flew, most of them ain't out there. You got the freaky ones that want to touch you out there patting you down. Security check is random. That wasn't random. You was looking at my butt while I was in line. The majority of the officers, they sit behind the screen. They all just sitting back there like, Like you think they're looking at your luggage, like looking for bombs and guns and stuff. They ain't looking for no bombs and guns. They looking for booties and testicles and all kind of the dinglings and booty cheeks. They little freaks. They sitting behind because they don't get up. They don't, somebody answer that. Why don't they get up? They sit right back there. And every now and then it's like, oh my goodness, they back there copping the feel in their head. And every now and then they'll stop the conveyor belt just to make people think they're working. Like, oh, stop it. Wait, what is that? What? Oh, hang on. And you see your luggage go back and forth. You're like, oh, they're keeping me safe. They're protecting my freedom. No, they're not. They sit behind that freak screen. All right. Yeah, I'm about to go, Patricia Hauser. I got to go. Actually, I got to go because I got to pee. And I got to plant a bunch of seeds and stuff. I'm not even sure how we got to TS. Oh, Lori mentioned that. Yeah. Yeah, but she was gripping me up the entire time. Yes, she was, Lori, because she wanted to date and she didn't know how to say it. You got swipe right or swipe left, I forgot which one it is, and then go get a job at TSA and you can swipe anything you want long as you want, all right? So I'll fly nowhere, I drive. I don't mind being grabbed and felt up and all that stuff, but it gotta be by somebody I wanted to. It can't be Lisa, who just is working there and got a little aggression. All right, I gotta go. I'm ranting. I know I'm ranting. I ain't got nothing else to talk about. This is about stirring it up. Stir it up, little darling, stir it up. We just stirring it up. That's all the cuckoo flu is for. Thank you, Christine. It's called Flocka. That's it. And Flocka wouldn't exist, nor would Cracker and all the synthetic drugs. None of that stuff. The fake cannabis drug. Now they got the synthetic cannabis in where's that? The UK? Oh, none of that stuff would exist if you didn't have a CIA. If they didn't set up the drug route, the drug mules, make a worldwide drug apocalypse, none of that stuff would exist. The zombie drug, y'all need to look at that. That's crazy. People walk around, Flocka, I ain't never heard that in my life. I just heard from my friend in Italy, and I'm starting to think this is more serious than we want to admit. Well, Ivana, I think it can be. I think it will be. I think we don't really have a choice. I think it started off as nothing. I think we made nothing into something big. And I think that now that the world is scared, they're shutting down economic systems and how day trading works. All the disaster capitalism is jumping in. I guarantee you it's going to be devastating. I guarantee you. Why? Because we live in a capital-based society of a world. No, I just typed in here and I'm like searching for, are you on YouTube? No, I'm not looking for Ivana. I'm looking for Flocka. That's what I'm looking for. I'm talking to Ivana. I'm looking for Flocka. Wouldn't that be funny if a video of Ivana came out like, oh, wow, whoa, woo, whoa. All right, I'm sorry. I'm being stupid now. This is it, the zombie drug, Flocka. I don't think I can click on any of these. This is the zombie drug. I don't think I can click on any of these because, of course, it has to be news. We've got this copyright thing. Oh, here you go. No, this is New York Post. We can do Flocka here. Look at this. Look at this. It's the Flocka drug. It's the zombie drug. Help your YouTube advertise by answering one question. Okay, sure, I'll play. Which are the brands that you've heard of? Now, you understand I don't watch TV. Under Armour. Okay, I've seen people wear them tight shirts. Lululemon. I ain't never heard of him. Peloton, never dated her. Nike, I heard of Nike. They got them sweatshops. They got them slaves down in, where was that? Thailand, something like that? So, but I'm a lie. I ain't never heard, I ain't never heard none of it, because I ain't gonna help y'all. I ain't interested in slavery. Y'all should be making advertisements.
Tell me what's wrong.
No,
What's wrong? Are you on drugs?
Man, listen.
Tell me what's wrong.
No, I just...
What's wrong?
I was getting hot. Yes, I was. I never said that. I don't want...
Hang on.
Did you call 911?
Yes, and they say they're inside.
Okay, they're coming.
You need to see this. I mean, seen. You seen? Are y'all watching this? Like Gerard, we right here, dummy. I hang on. I'm just losing my mind. I need to hang on. I'm gonna change the screen. Y'all need to see this. This is crazy. I need to see this. Maybe y'all already know, because I don't watch this stuff. It blows my mind that this stuff exists. Why would the CIA do this? I thought y'all loved us. Why would y'all create drug routes in profitable industries that allow this to happen? And why would anybody keep voting to keep this stuff alive and going? Right here, I need to make this bigger. Y'all need to see this zombie. They literally, how you gonna tell me the zombie? But I'm gonna go back to being a zombie apocalypse prepper. Do y'all see this right here?
Yes, she's in drugs.
Possessed as all hell.
Yes, tú se ves.
Dancing?
Ay,
This is what your government's up to.
I think she's in drugs.
She has me on Flocka. Are you on Flocka?
Oh my God!
Yeah, she's on Flocka. It has to be Flocka.
She's bleeding or no?
No bleeding. She just looks like she's on Flocka.
Hold on, whoa. Okay, so now I got an issue. I got a whole bunch of issues. I'm gonna be honest. I got a whole bunch of. Who are these people that are filming this zombie? Who are these people? Do they not care about her? Why? You know what? She is on the that's a balcony. She's on the balcony doing all kind of flips and gyrate. She looked like the what's that name of that possession movie? All possessed and doing all that crazy stuff. And y'all are inside filming and laughing, and she's on the balcony, could fall off. Y'all bad as the Americans. Y'all, well, this is America. This is Florida. This is a drug called Flocka. It's Flocka. I just heard about this. No, it's not meth. It's Flocka. Something called Flocka, and it's the CIA's fault.
My normal yesterday.
It's like Flocka. It's Flocka. No one's gonna walk out and get her. Shh. Just tell him to come and hang up.
Are you seeing this? This woman is doing psychotic yoga. She's doing soga. And it's not funny. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm laughing because possession scared the hell out of me. I believe in demons. I do. And that looked like a demon to me. She's saying stuff. She's speaking in tongues. Lord have mercy. She's doing yoga. Oh, see that? That's crazy.
Are you on drugs?
Man, listen.
Tell me what's wrong.
No, I just...
What's wrong?
I was getting hot. Yes, I was. I never said that. Let's go. I don't want...
Did you call 911?
Yes, and they say they're inside.
Okay, they're coming.
Yes, she's in drugs. Yes, tú se ves. Ay,
Okay. All by choice, people. All by choice. We literally created a world where people hate being alive and they hate work, slavery, economic systems, and all of this stuff so much that they would take a drug that makes them into a zombie. They would take meth till they die. They would take crack till they murder other people and kill themselves. Man, I mean, I've never heard of Flocka, but this is new. I've never seen that in my life, ever. That is insane. That takes insanity to new levels. I've never heard about this. This is what Flocka does to people. Naked man runs full speed into a minivan crash through the windshield on Flocka. We spent 24 hours last night through Florida's Flocka. It's a crisis, and this is 4 years ago. See, this is why I don't trust me. This is why I hate your media. I hate your mainstream media, because they focus on a pandemic, and we got real pandemics. We got real problems, and they're focusing on pandemics. This is crazy. New drug Flocka dominates Florida. I never heard of this. They never said this. And I've watched the news on occasion. I don't watch it now. But I've never heard of this. Best tweakers of Flocka. What? Zombie man Flocka. 95 police shooting release of body. Oh my gosh. Flocka Spice K2. What? Salvia ladies go crazy. Channel 6 News. What the hell is this? Look at that. Oh, that new software. Okay. I'm sorry, this got my attention now. This is a real thing. This is a real problem right here.
This is what is this?
A Ferrari.
I know, right? It's fast.
What?
You want to buy this car?
Yes.
How much?
$10,000.
You gotta have more than that.
An ounce of marijuana for $5.
You have an ounce for $5? Can I please get your number?
$5.
She doesn't want me to leave. Are you crazy?
I just woke up. I gotta go to work. She's like this. I don't know. Can you hold her so I can go to work? I gotta go to work. I don't touch this moody shit. Stay. What? Stay, please. I gotta go to work. I'll fucking do this shit. Ah! Hey, you want to hold her? You filming it, at least you can hold her for me.
Yeah, you gotta go to work.
Come on, dog. Just hold her. I gotta go to work.
Girl.
Oh, shit. Come on.
This is crazy. I'm not even. Oh, okay. This is. Oh, I thought this is something different. I saw K2 Salvia Spice. So Flocka Spice K2 Salvia. That's Flocka. This is crazy. This is crazy. Who would create this kind of a world? Why would you create this world? And the other thing I'm gonna notice. I'm sorry. I saw something else that I do have to focus on. Did you see his demeanor? He almost hit her. There are multiple things here.
I just woke up. I gotta
Like
go to
he
work.
walks
She's
back,
this.
like watch this.
I don't know.
He walks back, she comes at him, and he almost like he wanted to backhand. There's a lot of things that's happening in this video. I'm sorry, I notice small things sometimes. Like he walks away and watch this.
Hey, please. I gotta go to work.
Turns around.
Do this
Right
shit.
there, you see that? That's an abuser. Right there. That's abuse. Right there. Who would make this world? Right here. When he raised his hand.
Oh, fuck.
Right there. That is not a getaway hand. That is a hit hand. Unfortunately, I recognize that. Who would make this kind of a world? Who would keep this kind? Who would keep and make a world profitable where you got people who would rather be zombies on drugs than to deal with this bullshit? And who would make a world that keeps a man acting like a child like that, being forceful with a woman? Who would keep that? You Democrats and everybody. This is why I don't play. This is why I get up. I'm about to get upset. I'm gonna try not to. It bothers me. It bothers me because nobody likes this world. Nobody likes this world, but everybody fights to keep this world. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. That's a real problem. This is a real pandemic. Violence in the home, violence in the world, that's a pandemic. That's a pandemic. Drug use, that's a pandemic. And the other thing I'm gonna say about it, because now I'm pissed off about this little bastard who is trained to be this way. He was made this way by his ignorant society. He's only upset because he got to go to work. That's it. If he had to go to work, he wouldn't be upset. You know, there are people who do this. The same way your government drugs you and keeps you in artificial scarcity because it'll keep you doing what they want you to do, voting, pulling a lever, okay with all the things that happen around the world. The same thing with this dude. He's only upset because he's got to go to work. He has to go to slavery. If she was high and drunk and zombified and he wanted to rape and do whatever to her, he'd be fine with it. He'd be fine with it. This is the world we live in. This is your world, everybody, right here. Here you go. Let's worry about the pandemic. Let's talk about the cuckoo virus. It was an apocalypse a long time ago. We just didn't feel it. That's why it's a privileged apocalypse. It's a privileged pandemic. Other poor people, they've been living the apocalypse for a hell of a lot longer. This is crazy. I've never heard of Flocka. You see, now look at it. Now he done pushed her down to the ground. He's gonna put a box on her head? Why is he doing that? Why is he doing? See, the funny thing is I'm not even upset with him. I ain't upset with him. I get that abusers are abused. I know that he is a side effect of the system. I'm upset with y'all. I'm upset with me. I'm not upset with him. Poor people are in positions and they become violent, aggressive, abusers, rapers, whatever you call a criminal because of artificial scarcity. We created. See, the thing is, the pandemic is profitable. It's profitable to talk about. It's not profitable to talk about this. It's not profitable to talk about domestic violence. Why? Because it has real solutions that are unprofitable. Because there's a lot of corporations that profit from it. It's unprofitable to talk about, why people are creating all these synthetic drugs because the painkillers are being banned by big pharmaceutical companies. Well, because they like to put people in prison, for one, the prison industrial complex, and two, big pharma. If you can't grow your own pain meds, you'll buy theirs. And now people can't grow food, so they're not growing it sneakily. They're taking the synthetic drugs. And it all works together. And the CIA created the drug traffic. Out of Mena, Arkansas, they created all the drug mules. They got them set up, got them going. All the kids in the inner city that you say are the cause and the problem, and they're just side effects as well. And you think that's national. You think you're a patriot. You're helping things. You're helping people. It's insanity. And then you got all the immigrants who come in the country. Like, for all the same reasons, for this artificial scarcity to happen, and it's profitable to keep your nation full of drug addicts and make the other half drug addicts at CVS and Walgreens, for the same damn reason, that's why people run to your border. War on drugs. So everybody around the world is making and growing as much drugs as they can to sell them to your citizens that you're keeping in abject poverty and pain. It's crazy to me. So not only is it, all right, I'm stopping. I stopped myself. I'm stopping. I'm moving on. This guy, you know what? But I'm gonna let this play. I'm gonna let this play out. I have to stop myself. And he put boxes on her head, and he's running to get in the truck to drive. That's funny to a lot of people. These are problems that are all solvable. But big corporations would lose money if you try to solve it. Politicians would lose power because you'd stop being scared of poor people, which is a great reason for you to vote, so you can get some laws and build out a police state taking everybody's rights, protecting you from the poor people you're scared of, that they create through artificial scarcity.
Look at my face.
Fuck out of my
You like that? Here you go.
safety pledge?
You like that?
A safety pledge?
Yep, Danny Lee, I know he talking shit. But give it to him. Red, white. You can't do it for the red, white, and blue, Danny Lee?
What the fuck? I'm not Danny.
What happened? What? What the hell's that?
You have to say the peace sign.
Do the peace sign.
This is the peace sign?
No.
I don't know.
That's good enough.
Oh, okay.
You have to touch conductors. Do you have a conductor?
World Star, here she go. What's up, yo? What's up? What is it? World Star, we gonna live.
Yeah!
See how they do it. DJ beat out. We live in ATL.
Yeah.
Look at it. Ooh, there you go.
I have no $5 back.
Don't do
I
it.
have 20 of this.
Greatest DJs. Kids, watch yourself.
Yeah, we kush.
World star.
Doesn't it kush is weed?
It is.
Good job. Good weed.
She.
Hydro.
What you got on?
¿Lo compras?
She knows Spanish too.
I will gladly stop you here. This is the public transport.
Get out there, do it!
All abuse. That's all abuse. All as far as I can see is that guy was looking to abuse her. That guy was looking to get something from her. Treat somebody in pain. And this is what gets me too. And I'm trying to stop myself, but I feel like I have to mention it. Is these people are mentally ill. These people have pain and struggles and they're trying to escape their pain and struggle from being born in a nation that makes them an instant slave at birth by giving them debt for just being born. And they flee the pain. And then you got us who line up to abuse them even further because they're mentally ill and they don't know what they're doing at the time. And these are the times that I agree with Mother Nature and just wiping us from the planet. There's the times that I agree because we are a cancer. We are a cancer and we're sick. We're sick psychopaths. We're no better than the government that does that. So.
Stop threatening, man.
I have to see it. I don't like seeing it. I have to see it.
Uh-oh, you got a real one coming for you.
And it's funny. I forgot. So either we want to abuse them or it's funny. It's funny to see people once you know that they have real problems. Yeah, I chuckled at first because it's crazy to me. I had no idea it was an epidemic. I had no idea that this is like really happening. This is our world. This is the world that we have. It's crazy. It's insanity. It's insanity. And I wouldn't laugh because I think it's funny. I'd laugh because I think we're stupid. I laugh because Mother Nature has kept us around this long. I laugh because we need to go. We need to go. This whole society needs to go. I don't want us to go. I think we can fix it. I think we can listen to neuroscience and we can listen to the behavioral scientists. We can listen to like resource-based economies. There are a lot of other solutions in capitalistic systems and communism and socialism, all the isms that keep humans as slaves, or we can just free the human race. 5 things to know about Flocka. All right, now this is the last one. I'm gonna click on it because I do now. That looks like it's the DEA explaining it, and that boggles my mind. Just another profiteer, no different. Just another profiteer.
There's growing concern in Florida over a number of bizarre crimes linked to a street drug called Flocka. It's one of the newer chemicals in the booming so-called designer drug market. The drug can be snorted, smoked, injected, or even swallowed. So what is this new drug? Here to talk about it is Dr. John LaPook. So what is Flocka, John?
Flocka is the latest in this generation of amphetamine-like drugs. So it's the next thing after, Molly, MDMA, ecstasy. These are things that increase the amount of amphetamine effect in your body. What amphetamines do is they increase dopamine, the pleasure chemical, and serotonin and norepinephrine, all these neurotransmitters that can make you initially more alert, euphoric, things like that. But unfortunately, there are a lot of side effects.
And what are some of those side effects?
That is what it is, but the real question is, why do people do it? People do it because of our society, right? They're getting these endorphin hits, they're getting lifts, they're feeling better because they hate the world that they're born into.
Well, you're hearing about this aggression, the super strength, people coming in. It reminds me of angel dust in the early 80s, phencyclidine, PCP. And I was in the emergency room at Columbia back then, and I'd know somebody who came in dusted because they'd come in with 7, policemen holding down every part of their body, and they would be like, have superhuman strength. And it sounds like this is a very similar thing. When you have this flood of too much of all these neurotransmitters, you can have too high of a temperature, your blood pressure can go up, you can actually seize. If you've seen somebody who's taking an amphetamine drug, their eyes, their pupils dilate, they can have sweaty palms. Those are kind of mild side effects, but the serious one can lead to irregular heartbeat, seizure, death, too much high blood pressure, high temperature in the body, and every single organ system, if you just go down them, every single organ system can be affected.
In fact, we have video from earlier showing a guy who was high on this stuff trying to break down the door of a police station. There it is right there, which just shows you what it also does to your logical and rational reasoning.
Yeah, meanwhile, inside of your brain, what's happening is the temperature can go up, and you can actually have bleeding inside of your head.
Wow.
So this, you know, one of the problems with this, aside from, forget about the philosophical idea of whether you want to be taking mind-altering drugs. You're taking drugs where you really don't know what's in them.
Because these are, we keep saying that, they're synthetic. Somebody created them in a laboratory,
And
Heisenberg kind of.
Are you trusting your life to some unknown person in some unknown place who's going to put the exact right dose that you think it has, even if you think it's okay to take it? You don't know what it's laced with, you don't know what the dosage is, and then if you start doing things like vaping, where you know you have like an e-cigarette.
Are we talking about Flocka or are we talking about vaccines? What are we talking about? Are you going to trust somebody in an unknown place, in an unknown lab, making things that they make profit, putting other things in there?
Type delivery system. It can go right into your bloodstream.
Wow.
You can get a really quick effect, quick hit. So you're really playing with fire. I looked at a graph earlier and I saw that ecstasy, criminal activity, use of ecstasy and criminal activity was sort of going down, and now this is kind of going back up. So it's the next wave. I mean, it's kind of spy versus spy versus spy. I guess it's illegal but you can't make every single solitary chemical illegal. So they change it up a little bit, and then maybe it's harder to detect, or maybe this version's not illegal. But
I don't know. Solve the problem? What do you think? I don't know. Like, as long as you have a demand, you're going to always have a supply. If your people hate your world and they're sick of working for big corporations and banks and billionaires and 13 families who never lift a finger in their life, and they're sick of it, you got the automation, you got the free energy, you got the food, the ability to release 80% of the people in your nation from forced servitude. Maybe you just release them. Maybe you just let them go. Maybe you actually just solve the problem instead of understanding that dangerous drugs are there because there's a demand for them. And there's a demand for them because we keep voting for the people who require the demand for them. They suck at social engineering. They suck at engineering a civilized society. They're not trying to create a civilized society. They're literally destabilizing society because that's what's profitable to a capitalistic system that's an oligarchy.
But this sounds more dangerous. You mentioned ecstasy. It sounds more dangerous to ecstasy because I don't know anything about this, but I know that from reading that ecstasy gives you pleasure. This sounds like it gives you that idea of like superhuman strength, which makes you aggressive.
Well, it's all a matter of dosage. So I think ecstasy has the same problem.
It does.
In the right dose, you can get this effect. But even in the right dose, these drugs, long term, can cause organ damage. Liver, kidneys, heart.
Hang on, let me finish. Couple things. Sandra asked a little higher up. I can't believe the global elite are getting away with this. Yeah, I believe it. The global elite are getting away with the plandemic because the local government's getting away with this. We let them get away with this in our nation. We let them get away with making zombies out of us and our children and our poor neighbors. So of course, you know, that all things being equal, as above, so below. So of course, you can be dirty and corrupt on a world level, massive, mega, multinational corporations that run the planet with banks. If we get away with it on a local level, of course they're going to get away with it on that level. And the other thing, I was thinking about Obama. So why? Right? Same thing Obama and Trump. Well, I remember back when Obama was fighting the deep state. I remember back when Obama was fighting these massive national, international corporations and banks. I remember he was fighting them. Y'all remember that? Oh, y'all just want me to believe so bad. Oh, he's fighting them, Gerard. He's doing this. He's such a great guy. He loves the people. Oh, we love some Obama. Now he's retired. Same people he was fighting. You think it's a little odd? They say he might be the first billionaire president. Do you think it's a little odd that he's getting paid $500,000 to speak from the people he was supposedly fighting for 8 years? How old are you? 7? Then it makes sense. 8? It doesn't make no damn sense. You need to grow up and understand that. Trump is fighting these people. Trump is going to be retired. Trump grew up with these people. He grew up with them. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm not saying Obama's a bad guy. I'm just saying that you don't actually have a government that's for you. That government works for corporations. It was purchased. And another thing, who's it? Lori said something. The DEA probably designed it. Why would Lori say such a thing? Does that sound like a crazy comment to you? It doesn't to me. Why would I'm not saying the DEA designed it, and she's not saying that. What she's saying is the DEA makes profit and they retire on drug problems. So do they want more drug problems or less drug problems? It actually really is that simple. The more drug problems they have, the better retirement they have. The nicer car they have, the bigger house. They got to keep up with you because you got more degrees. They're only a poor DEA agent. Maybe they make 45, 50,000 a year. I don't know, but you make 80. They got to keep up with you. They want a great retirement too. How do they get a great retirement? From a bigger drug problem. This is what I'm saying the problem with the laws. Not all laws are bad, but the laws that take away human rights are. Those laws in my country are always designed to take rights from the people, to give them to massive corporations, to make a business out of a problem. That is what law and capitalism do, or no, I'm saying it the right way. That's what law in a capital-based society does. They literally make industries from problems. That's why you have a drug problem. It's not because they're poor people, and it's not because they're immigrants, and it's not because of their ethnicity. You have a drug problem because it's not a problem. You have a problem because you got various industries and people who make big money and great retirements from there being a problem. And who's creating it? I kind of don't think it's the DEA. Part of me keeps telling me that it's not. I don't want to believe that, but I don't think we should have a government that actually allows. I don't think we should have a government that should be allowed to create industries to solve problems. Because once you create an industry to solve it, you create a monster that's based up of multiple lives that all work together to get paid. And you end up with corrupt police, you end up with corrupt DEA, you end up with corrupt politicians. And they're not bad people. They're a part of a bad system.
Irregular heartbeats. Really, there's no free
You got
lunch
a
when it
guy
comes
trying to
all
break
this.
in a
here,
police
though,
station.
when you're talking about
in a
vaping,
time where the people in that
having,
station are
go right
murdering
into your
people
bloodstream
that
so quickly,
look like you and not look
you
like
definitely
you.
can get a high dose very
On a
very
daily
rapidly.
basis.
Are they addictive?
Amphetamines are addictive.
Yeah, they are.
They
So
are
you can,
addictive.
it can be something like we've seen with crystal meth, for example. Is that considered an amphetamine?
Yeah, that is an amphetamine, and they do two things. One is they can have the release of a.
All right, I'm done. I'm angry now. I'm done. I can't do it no more. I'm angry. Anyway, yes, it is. No, it's not my longest show, Lori. It is not. It is not. If you remember, I think were you there? We did Giants. Giants was a hell of a lot longer. You get me on Giants, oh, we'd be here all day. Oh no, I have to lighten the load so I can get out of here. I do it. That's the only reason. That's the only reason we need to think about people who are least off than we are. In pandemic and voting demics too. Yeah, so Link, who's that? Carolyn talking about the link with the vaccines, same thing. You know, same thing as Flocka, same thing. But see, they say it in a way to make the people who make Flocka look bad. And I'm just like, yeah, but that's the pot calling the kettle black. You literally have a CDC now that's in trouble, and they're no longer allowed to say that vaccines don't cause autism. I mean, that should have answered the question for everybody. If the CDC whistleblower didn't answer it. Right? We don't know what's in that crap, and we know that people put stuff in that crap in Latin America and Africa. So yeah, it's just, we have to go back to natural medicine. We got to go back to being smart. You got to go back to letting people grow their own painkillers. I mean, and I'm not like even for keeping this sick, mentally ill manufacturing society. But if we do, damn it, at least let the people grow their own medicine to deal with the pain from being your slave. Like that's even worse. That's even worse. It's bad enough that you make slaves out of the human race, people that you call your brothers and sisters, your citizens, your family. But it's not another thing to not only keep them as slaves, but force them to live lives that they hate so much they have to do synthetic drugs that kill them and cause them to kill other people. Big Pharma caused the opioid crisis. Lori, go on with it. Go on with it. These are things that make perfectly good sense. Like I said, that's why I do key bono. I'm not interested in anything other than who benefits, right? Who's getting paid, who benefits. It's only a problem to me. It's a drug problem for me because I don't like what it does to people. It's not a drug problem for Big Pharma. It's a profit model. You know, whether they like it or not, whether they're behind it or not, they need more problems. They sell more medicine if you can't grow your own. Willful ignorance. Monkey see, not monkey do not. Yes, it is, see, it is. Willful ignorance, absolutely. Welcome to the show, but I got to go. We want to talk truth and principles, but people cannot handle the truth. No, they can't see that, and that's why they blue screen. That's why they blue screen. You say things that are true that don't fit within their indoctrination identity system, they just shut down. They can't handle it. They can't handle things that are the truth. I love that line in the movie. You can't handle the truth. And that is the vast majority of people I used to respect. I'm losing respect for people, see, I'm sorry, but I am. I can't believe that people still believe in the system. You know, we gotta stick to principles. We gotta stick to principles. The fight is at the principle level. That's the only where it's effective. If you're fighting an identity or fighting on the identity level, you're useless. The fight is always down to the principle. Debbie Lusignan warned us this would happen. Oh, absolutely. Well, Debbie saw it too, because Debbie was a nurse. Debbie saw a lot of it, you know, and it's part of why Debbie's not on anymore. You know, I think she had the ability to help a lot of people. She had the ability to reach a lot of people, and so they made sure that she was shut up. And she's doing good. Last I heard from her, but she's not gonna come back on here. She ain't stupid. She ain't. They killed JFK. They killed Martin Luther King. They kill anybody who actually gets successful at speaking what's true. No good deed goes unpunished when your good deed takes profit out of the mouth of oligarchs. My daddy was a prepper. Yes, Hillary, so was my mother for a while. So was my father, kind of. My grandmother and grandfather on both sides were total preppers with all their friends. They lived through World War I and II, but certainly through II. And so, yeah, they knew bad times always come. Bad times always come. You're either ready or you're not. Was waiting for the year 2000, never happened. Nope, because we always think the end of the world is coming. It's never the end of the world. No, it's never the end of the world. Every generation thinks it's the end of the world. But every generation, the banks get bigger, the corporations get stronger, they make more money over and over and over and over and over and over and over, but the world never ends. Anyone find that a little suspicious? Just a little bit? The world never ends, but the people who tell you the world's going to end always get stronger and more profitable and more powerful. No, Debbie's not coming back because too many things came for Debbie. Way too many things came for Debbie. Way too many things. Things that I won't mention. But there's just a lot more that's going on here than was ever said, I think. Ate my first homegrown tomatoes of the year over the weekend. Tasty. Go on, Rebecca Costello. I'm proud of you. That's fantastic. Delicious, weren't they? It's something about it when you grow them yourself. It's something about it when you pick them yourself. They're juicier, they're tastier, they're delicious. They're not that nasty, crappy trust tomato with the thick skin that you get from the grocery stores. The aromas. You know what I love grill the most? My favorite is the stripey. I love the stripey. It's a good big beefsteak tomato. I haven't planted any this year. Actually, I have to go see if I can find some seeds. I have like a multi-generational stripey. I've got one that I allowed to cross-pollinate and it's kind of morphing into something else, which is interesting. But the big stripey, they're delicious. I have a son says they taste like sugar, and they're pretty close. You pick them at the right time. Nothing like growing your own food. It's like your own medicine. Growing your own medicine, you know what's in it, instead of the Flocka and vaccines and Tylenol and all of that, you know. And the other thing is, my issue isn't so much the pandemic, where I say it's not true, that it's fake. I don't trust the media. I've never trusted it. I don't trust the media. I didn't trust the media before the pandemic. So it's not about the pandemic. It's about the media. The media always drums up what's profitable, you know. But people, I guess we're just really gullible. We're really gullible, or we can't wait to hear something that other people don't know. It's exciting. So we want to bite into it and believe it. We got our own little disaster capitalism. Because I heard something on CNN that you didn't hear. I'm going to come to the office and let everybody know how horrible the pandemic is. And it gets worse. And they go home and they hear something worse. And they come back and, no, it's even worse because I heard on Fox that this. And it gets worse and worse. And as long as we're tuning in to the most entertaining, aggressive, ridiculous, extreme media for news or weather, then the weather's going to get worse. It's a requirement. It's a requirement. If most people watch the worst news, whether they're lying or not, it's a requirement that the news get worse. It's a requirement that the flu be a pandemic, right? If most people tune into the worst weather, the most craziest weather with the guy flopping in the wind and weather blowing, then of course the weather has to get worse because that's what people are supporting. That's what people are putting their money to and their time into. And so the only way you can have a weather station is you have to have more extreme weather than any other person. And we literally create a world where climate change is a reality. Bananas in the morning is medicine. Yes, bananas. Oh yeah, bananas are awesome. Bananas in the evening is poison. Whoa, Christine, you got me on that one. I don't know anything about that. I don't know. I can't even touch that one. I know that I eat bananas in the morning. Sometimes I catch them in a smoothie at night, but for me, everything is raw. But I guess it's different thing for different people too, right? Because they talk about tomatoes as nightshade. Some people, tomatoes do great, and other people, tomatoes make them sick. Everybody's different. There's 7 billion different human bodies on the planet, and they're all different. They all have different needs, and this is the seriously system level failure of the big pharma companies. They're all based in numbers. They're not based in truth. They're not based in reality. They're based in, if it helps 95% of the people, then it goes on the shelf, and we sell it. You know. And I think the other 5% of the people matter too. You can't have an industry that makes money based on poisoning 5% of the people, or 20% of the people, or 10% of the people, and call them side effects. They're not side effects. They're actually damage happening to the human body that this corporation's calling a side effect because they want to sell a drug. That's what they are. They're a real effect. They are the effect to certain people because they have a different makeup. You know, and so what works for one doesn't always work for everybody else. You know, but that you can't make money unless you know what's true, unless you have a definitive on what's true and what's not. And that's what the pharmaceutical industry is, unfortunately. When I send my husband to the store with a list, he comes back with $130 in snacks, 2 items in my list because he couldn't find the rest. Oh, hey, hon, thank you for that. I needed that laugh. I needed that one. Yeah, I get it. I still don't think y'all should send your husbands to the store. I think, you know what, hey, hon, take them to the grocery store and show them what to buy. Show them where it's at. Show them where the aisles are. Show them what's next to what. She's talking about earlier, we were talking about husbands being lost in the grocery store because they don't know. Yeah, they do that too. They do that. Can't find what you need, so they go ahead and buy the things that they can find. All right. Preppers are not hoarders. No, they're not, Carolyn. Preppers are preppers. They're people who prepare. And real prepping is prepping your neighborhood, prepping your neighbors, preparing for a bad time that's coming and knowing that the bad time's going to come for you if you don't get some for your neighbors too. You don't grow some for your neighbors too. Prepping is not, hoarding is like grabbing a bunch of stuff so other people can't have it. Like people running for all the toilet paper. They got closets full of toilet. Those are hoarders. There's a difference between prepping and hoarding. Absolutely agree. Makes perfectly good, common, logical sense. Organic mixed green salad with carrots, celery, onions, balsamic, and fresh cracked peppers to break my fast today. Break that fast, girl. Break your fast. Overnight, you're supposed to go to sleep, and your body shouldn't be digesting anything. You really should stop eating around 5 or 6 o'clock at the latest so your body can finish processing the food. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna say it right. Because it takes what? They say roughly 8 hours for your body to break down everything where your stomach is totally empty. So while you're asleep, you're hungry. And that's a good thing. Because you're asleep and your body's hungry, but you're asleep. So you're not eating anything. So now your body's doing its natural systems it's supposed to be doing through intermittent fasting, because we evolved intermittent fasting. But if you are constantly full because you're awake, then yeah. So that makes perfectly good sense. That's a fantastic thing. You're supposed to eat by 5 or 6. Let your body rest, and then you eat your food. What is like 2 o'clock? Kimberly's about to eat. I didn't even eat yet. I have to check my earpiece. Got little bugs in the ants like to crawl up the thing. Yeah, I can't see them. Gerard's first live stream on the cuckoo virus. Got him in Facebook jail. Yeah, Lori. Well, no, you know what? Yeah, but it made me realize that I'm probably supporting a platform too much that I shouldn't. It was a good thing. It was a good thing that they threw me in jail when we talked about And of course, they don't tell you what it is. They call it hate speech. They call it hate speech. It's a good thing. We went through the history of some of the pandemics. And it's obvious through history when you look at the flus, they become pandemics through ignorance. Right? Flus are natural and organic. They only become pandemics with human help. They only become pandemics, and especially in technological ages, the more and the further and further we go with technology and information, the internet, the less and less these things should happen. There shouldn't be any today. There shouldn't have been any pandemics back during the Spanish flu. That was another one of ignorance. These are pandemics of ignorance. Their flus are organic that become pandemics of ignorance. And that got me put in Facebook jail last. I'm just tired of it, Lord. Like, it's stupid. That's like how many times I've been in Facebook jail? You know, and if it's hate speech to say, hey, we should not be making flus worse by allowing big corporations and governments to make them worse, to have bioweapons labs and not share information and not share technology with each other while they're pretending to be upset about the climate. And that's what's behind migration, not politicians just not wanting to share the technology from their country, keeping other nations in the third world. But then it's a big problem when you got some sort of flu that becomes a pandemic. Ooh, we're scared. China did this to you. No, you did this to you. You literally kept the people in the third world in conditions that cultivate disease. Or you got a CIA that doesn't like China, which is why they had 80,000 cases. Iran had 10,000, and Italy has I don't know how many. It's weird. It's a little weird. Just a little weird when flus and pandemics only affect your enemies. That's kind of odd, isn't it? I have to post a link. Y'all watch Kim Iverson. That was a fantastic video. All right. Almost gave away my bread machine a couple years ago. Now it's being used. Lots of laughter. No bread on the shelves yesterday. Oh, good point, Carolyn Lowry. I'm glad you said that too, because I never thought about that. I almost gave mine away too. I got that bread machine, Carolyn. I only used it a couple times. I used it. I got my bread machine back when we first started talking about gluten and gluten, right? And that we had all the sexy flours. I think this was back when Wegmans, it was the only place with like the different flour, tapioca flour, coconut flour, anything to get away from the wheat, the regular flour, or the Franken wheat flour. And I made banana bread, I made minty bread, I made apple bread, I made basil bread, I made a bunch of stuff. It was delicious too. Blueberry bread, that didn't taste so good. But I didn't give it away, I have it too. But now we have hemp flour. So you know what? Ooh, now you got, good. Now I'm hungry. I was fine till Carolyn said that. I was good. I didn't eat today yet. It's 2:00. My body's doing what it's supposed to do. It's got different processes it's supposed to do. It's not supposed to be full all the time. So, but now I'm hungry. Now she's got me thinking about the sweetness of that of fresh bread. So I got to eat my lunch. Or breakfast. I got to go get my breakfast. All right, is that it? They call it hate speech because the sociopaths who run this rock hate it. They absolutely hate it. Well, it's unprofitable, Patricia Hauser. When you say things that are untrue, they get blocked. And it's just weird, Patricia. I'm still debating this Facebook thing. I'm not sure. I might delete my page. I'm a passionate person, Patricia Hauser, if you have not noticed. I'm probably passionate to a fault. When I feel a certain way, I act on it. I act on it. If I would have deleted my Facebook page this weekend if it weren't for a few friends who's kind of posted a few things that made me think. I'll stay, but we have got to start to take some action to pull social media from the cliff. You know, because I feel like too much I'm helping fulfill their narrative. You know, I don't have the biggest following or anything like that, but I kind of feel like I'm just in support of something that I shouldn't be. And as long as we're there, we need to be forcing them to allow for free speech. Saw where it got up to 5 over the weekend. I don't know what that was. All right, I'm gonna get going. All right, is that it? That's it. Good, great, fantastic. Then I'm gonna get out of here. It was a wonderful 3, 4, however hour talk that we had. But no, this wasn't the longest one. The longest one was definitely the giant one. I remember that one. Oh man, my butt was hurting after that. I was sitting in the bed. It was another holiday. We were just sitting there talking about giants and Gnostic texts and a bunch of stuff. All of this stuff is fascinating to me. Fascinating. It's great to have a conversation with like 30 other people. It's a beautiful thing. You can't really do this anywhere else. Which is part of why I think they censor online and they censor live streaming. But I'm working on that. I'm always up to something. I got something. Like I said, you know, you're gonna break in people's houses. Don't do that to an herbalist. Don't do it to an herbalist. Don't do that. They got stuff. They got something waiting for you. And I'm gonna use my software writing abilities to. I'm working. I've got a few projects. I don't know if it's gonna pan out. We'll see. You gotta try things and see how they go. But we do need to have the ability for people to speak freely. And live streaming is a powerful, powerful thing. And there aren't really many good solutions. I know Tatsu is working on something, but I haven't seen it. So my mind is doing its Luth Lexor, Dr. Evil, Dr. Good stuff. Speaking of Dr. Evil, I drove past the Amazon plant this morning. They're at work too. They were fueling them trucks up. I drove past their base. They were fueling, every morning I see them, they're out there fueling them trucks up, getting ready to deliver all the stolen goods from around the world to all the people who don't want to get out the house. I call it a base. It's like a big military base. It's like a big old base because the people pull in, they fuel the trucks, and they send them on out there. And it supports the war effort, supports the military effort, supports, you know, the Americans and consumerism and black markets and all. They were fueling them trucks this morning, getting ready to go out there and fight for slavery. Wasn't there? Fight for domestic black, what is it called? Black diamonds, blood diamonds. Fighting for those things. Can't wait to bring everybody their small electronics stolen from around the world. Is that what the number is, Lord? 3 hours and 45 minutes. Oh my goodness, neck hurt. That's what you get. From the ghost town, stir it up. That's what this is about. I think they're just stirring it up. They're just stirring up the world. They got a new currency they need to give. Just stirring it up. Anything you can do to stir the monkeys up. The monkeys aren't fun till you stir them up. You go to the zoo, you see them monkeys sitting there not doing nothing. That's boring. No, you got to get them stirred up. You got to get them throwing the ball, chasing the other, swinging something, peeing on the wall. I used to go to this one in Fonz, Friends of the National Dude, Washington D.C. And the monkey used to just pee on the window. It was fun. You wanted to see that. I think our trillionaires only make money from stirring things up. And you want to know a game for you right now? The game we're playing is called Sit at Home for 2 weeks or a month, where people can only order from Amazon. Think about that. Jeff Bezos gonna be a trillionaire before the end of this week out. And then guess what? And then all of this ends. We done made a Lex Luthor. He got all the money in the world and he buys the world. He already owns most of it. Then he buys our entire nation. Then we can complain about it later. We bought from him, worked for him. Because nobody can leave the house. He's gonna be a trillionaire for the weeks out. And then we'll spend the next few years complaining about what he does with his earth. Modern slavery. Anyway, listen, it's Drew. I love y'all to death. I gotta go find some food. Y'all have a fantastic day. Oh my goodness, got something up his sleeve. Oh, yeah, well, Lex Luthor always does. He's supposed to. When you put the world up for sale, when your government's up for sale, when all the politicians are up for sale, absolutely. All right, gotta go. Super talkative, yes I am. That's what coffee does to me, Christine, but it's done. I had my 2 cups, now I'm starting to slow down, so I gotta go. All right, just got here. What's wrong with Tatsu? Oh, nothing. No more spring water. No, I think he's still collecting spring water. He did that video on that. Nothing's wrong with Tatsu. But I don't agree with everybody all the time. Speaking of Tatsu, no, he's working on the website where we can do the free speech thing. But he did a video, his last video. I was like, He had on the mask, the gloves. It's a good thing. You know, you got to be careful. I'm just with the mask thing. I'm not much of a mask person. I'm not really feeding into it. No, I mentioned Tatsu because he's working on the website. I haven't seen it, not yet. I know he's still working on it. I know he had trouble with some of the folks he was working on it with. And that was the last update I got. But we need to be able to have a free speech platform. That was what it was. All right, I gotta go. Y'all have a great day. It's Gerard, love y'all to death. Now I need to go eat some food and crash somewhere. As if I'm not tired enough. All right, gotta go. Yes, I'm talking. I got the gift of gab, and you gotta use anything that you have to help the people who don't. Help people have whatever your gift is. Y'all have a great day. It's Gerard, love y'all to death now. Bye.